Yeah, I'm live. I'm live. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Yeah. What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
Man, nothing much, man. Nothing much. How you feeling? How you feeling?
Loopy, how you doing, man? I'm excited to be here, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. I've been antsy all day.
I'm gonna say Etsy all day. Okay,
Yeah.
so where did y'all get the chairs from? Because man, I've been trying to look at chairs and look for chairs, man. What kind of chair is that right there?
Hold on, man. Let me turn my audio down. Man, it's killing me. Yo. Oh, that's my Instagram.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
got the
that's my
live
oh, it's my
now.
computer. Man, check this out, bro. I got the phone, I got the laptop, and I got the computer right here, man. My bad.
Look, you got to turn your Instagram off because that's what's making
Yeah.
it.
Let's see. Oh, boom, got it. My
Hey,
man, Loopy, how you doing, bro?
man, I'm doing awesome. Everybody that's on Instagram live, y'all need to go. Yeah, y'all need to go down. Y'all need to go click that link. Y'all need to go to the link right there because that's where we at. We on that link right now. Myself and All In Official Randy is on my live right now on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. I think y'all should come over there. That way y'all will be able to interact, get a ton
Mm-hmm.
of value. This will shut off. Then you will be doing like Q&A. That way you can ask some questions and things like that on here. You won't be able to go back and forth like that. So come on over here to this platform where you can actually engage with us. We definitely want to see you guys on here and not, I mean, on there and not on here.
Yeah.
Okay, so finally made it. We have none other than All In Official Randy. Everybody make some noise.
What's going on, Loopy? Man, thank you so
Man,
much for having me on, man. I've been so excited about this, man. I'm not gonna lie. Who better than to chop it up with than you, a real one, right?
right, but look though, this ain't gonna be our only time. So it just don't like this ain't gonna be our only time. Definitely know you're gonna drop a ton of game and give a lot of value out tonight. So we definitely want to make sure people know exactly like who you are and things like that. So I'm gonna put this up here so everybody can see what's going on. We have All In Official Randy in the building. So make sure y'all show some love in here. Let us know where y'all from. And let us know are y'all some closers, man. Because hey,
Yeah.
right here is a certified closer. So
This is the closest corner right now.
yeah, but before we even get into it, just really get into it. Like, how your day went today?
My day, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. My day was pretty good. I woke up, rolled out of bed, worked a little bit, right? Entrepreneurship, the beauty of it, right? And we're gonna get into that in a little bit, right? But rolled out of bed, got myself together, got myself ready for the day, right? Because I don't get started until I'm ready, right? And that's really quick, man. It don't take much for me to get going, right? So for me, man, I woke up, got out of bed, got my day going, got started on some work. We actually got early bird right now on an event that we got coming up. So I'm already hitting the pavement for that, man. One thing that my brother always told me, man, you never got to get ready if you stay ready, right?
Right. So, man, I'm gonna tell you how my day started, man. Man, first of all, I went to sleep with a brand new stove going out. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
Damn.
I'm in a house that was built in 2018 that I took over subject to creatively.
Uh huh.
On some creative deal structuring.
Yeah.
And this house is a new house, so the stove went out, and I'm glad now that I have a fire extinguisher because the guy that just left to repair the back of the stove where it was a wire burnt up because it was wired wrong.
Yeah.
Man, she
Man,
told me,
that's
man, yeah, could have caught fire, but good thing I have an Airbnb, so I bought extra fire extinguishers.
yeah.
So while I was putting the Airbnb together, I had got this house, and what I was doing was, putting together both the houses at the same time, so I can
Hmm.
move this one and we can have the Airbnb running. Long
Yeah.
story short, I had a fire extinguisher in here just in case, but man,
Thank
I had
God.
I had to knock that out. I had a couch in Honey Room, and I let Butterfinger come in there and chill on that. And he done did accidents and that, so I done took that.
Man.
Yeah, I had to take that couch out. So look, the garbage man, like, bro, I'm in a crazy neighborhood, right? But this guy, man, he everybody trash can be in the street, or not in the street, but on the curb or whatever. Because this one of the people that come throw it in there, right? They don't pick it up with the
open machine.
These people, they ride on the back of the truck and jump off and throw it. So this guy always bring my trash can up to my garages and shit. He really like my dogs and stuff, and he a dog guy. You feel me?
Yeah.
So man, I called him up like, man, I need to get this couch out of here. So I ended up paying him $20 to come out here and come swing back by after they route and come get the couch. I ain't have to wait to get trash.
Hey, done deal, man.
So yeah, man, I picked up rent today, man. I'm happy and grateful, man.
It's a second, man. It's a second, man. So it's still the beginning of the month, man. So the money's coming in. Man.
Right. So man, that's my day. That was my day. How my day started, man. I had to get up and knock out some stuff, bro. And I had a leak at the Airbnb. Goddamn water bill, $500
on the same one.
On the Airbnb, yeah. So come to find out, all the little rubber things that go inside the toilet bowl, the tank. They was old. They needed to be redone. So they was leaking water.
Damn.
So man, it was work day. Everybody, if you are on that right here, you need to get on YouTube and get off IG. That way y'all can come chop it up, chill with not only myself, but I have All In Official Randy, aka the Bull Shark. So man, I'm gonna jump on into it now, man. Now that we got some people up in here, man. Okay, share with us,
man. So I just wanna introduce myself, Loopy.
Who is Randy?
Okay, who is Randy? Right. So
Randy, bro.
Let me tell you who I am. Let me tell you who I am right now. My name is Randy. Right. I work with All In Entrepreneurs. I'm with that camp, right? I've been rocking with them since January 23rd of last year. It's my first time in real estate, getting in with them. They gave me an opportunity, man, and I just showed up, right? And now I'm in a position where, man, I make money and I'm happy. I don't gotta worry about a lot of things that I used to worry about, right? I don't stress about the things that I used to stress about. And man, what I do is I help other businesses grow. So I do education, I do business skills as well too, right? So when it comes to you getting into real estate or you elevating yourself in real estate, if you're already in it, taking it to the next level, either myself or my older brother Tino, we'll talk about him here in a minute too, right? Because he is a huge part of my journey. Right. We're the gatekeepers, right? So I work directly with Carlos, Alex, and Sal. I'm the business development manager. I started with them last year as an acquisitions manager, right? Fresh out of corporate only. I only did corporate 4 months. Caged animal. I even called my brother. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But man, life is beautiful, man. I wake up every day happy as hell. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to cuss on your platform. Happy to do what I love.
I cuss on, man, bro. I ain't got that yet to where I can't cuss and shit no more. So shit.
Well, listen, man. I'm happy as fuck, man. I get to wake up every day. I get to help other people, not just once, right? When I was in acquisitions, because I'd help them once, cut them a check, and they're on their way, right? I get to help people for life, man. I get to show them things, how to fish, not just how to, put the hook on. We're showing them how to put the hook on, how to cast it, how to reel that bitch in. You know what I mean? And how to cook it. Right. So it's an amazing feeling, man, because I got a lot of people that I got them started in real estate, or I just helped them with some certain systems or some kind of education or whatever case may be. And it definitely just completely just changes the game for them, man. I get messages all the time from people that I've helped out in the past. And honestly, man, it's just such a beautiful feeling. But a little bit about me before I even got into real estate, man. I come from the restaurant business, man. I was an executive chef. I've been in the restaurant business for 11 years, man. I got it tatted on me.
What? And I was in the kitchen cooking when the stove went out. Nigga, you can't fuck with me in that kitchen.
Well, man, I'm telling you, bro, I whipped up a 13-course meal in a couple hours.
I come out there we
Don't
can
play
have
with me. Don't play with me, Loopy. I'll put a 13-course meal in a couple hours.
Mr. No, I'm saying I wear hairnets. So I ain't had the little white thing. You used to wear the white
I ain't
thing.
got no hair, man.
I'm talking about you used to have the little white thing, the white thing.
The pop up. No, I never. Well, when I was a chef at Trump, we had those with the pop up ones, the paper one with the little star out. But I wear skull caps. They kind of look similar like this. It's almost like a hat without the brim. So it's just literally it's just a skull cap, man. Even though I don't have hair, right? But still, you gotta be legit. But I was in the restaurant business, man. 11 years, and I made it to the top of the food chain, executive chef, and honestly, I was doing good, man. I was killing it. But my brother, Tino, shout out, Official Shark Tino. My brother Tino, man, he's always been somebody that I look up to, right? And anything that Tino's done, I've always wanted to do. I'm a little brother. He's 4 years older than me, right? So I seen Tino doing this, doing that. He joined the Army. He got out, took some time off. He got into the car business, right? And man, I remember, man, when he got into the car business, it changed him. And personally, me, myself, my family, we didn't understand it. He's talked about it on your show before.
Yeah,
we personally didn't understand how he changed or what it was, right? Until I got into it, right? So for 4 years, man, Tino's been trying to close my ass. Come on, man, you got too much personality. Man. I need you in the business with me. I need you in front of people, man. So with that being said, man, it got to a point, man, I was in a position where, man, I see that. Listen, I don't do politics, right? But 20 years old working at Trump, man, you're doing something right?
Right.
So with that being said, man, I was in a position where I was able to pivot, right? And my brother told me, man, and I remember this was in January, March, April, I remember I had called my brother and I said, you know what, man, I'm thinking about it, left it alone. That's one thing that he always told me. He never pressured me. Hey, listen, man, because there's a lot of people that come in thinking they're going to get the world, right? Because they see other people doing it. And then there's people that come in and just fail miserably and their whole life it goes with it, right? Yeah. Man, my brother made sure that I knew what I was doing very quickly. And I'm going to tell you how in a second. But after 4 years, man, he finally closed me, man, told me, hey, man, come do this. I got you. I can't promise you anything other than the fact that if you just shut the fuck up and do what I tell you, you're going to be successful in this business, right? Quit my job, started with my brother. And man, I was terrified, right? At the time, I had a girl. She had 2 kids. We were living together and stuff like that. And, being the man of the house, man, it's kind of scary when you go from a guarantee at the top of the food chain, to just only eating what you kill, being in a commissions-based pay plan that you've never sold or done anything in your life other than cook, right? So, man, my first full 30 days, my first full month in the car business, bro, I made $8,000. And I never looked back, man. After not knowing what I was doing, man, but it wasn't easy. I had to learn the hard way. When it comes to tough love, my brother gave me tough love. There was no room for error. And if there was an error, bam, there goes half my commission. If I missed an email address on a customer paper, you're real 18-year-old kid. Man, I'm 26 years old, right? Running a household.
I'm telling them to come to YouTube. Hit it.
Yeah, you got to let them know. Come to YouTube, guys. That's where it's at.
Come to YouTube. Go. Hey, look. Finish with your story, because I'm gonna ask you another question, man. This is a question that I'm waiting to ask you like a motherfucker, man. So, man, I'm gonna ask you this question, man.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. I had to learn. When I say I learned the hard way, bro, I learned the hard way. You want to talk about being like right there to being publicly executed? I remember my brother was sitting there yelling at me, bro, fucking me up. And I'm 26 years old, bro, in front of a bunch of 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-old kids, man, that were doing it too. But my brother holds me to this standard, right? Because I'm a direct reflection of him. He's like my dad, you know what I mean? He raised me. So with that being said, he only wants to see me do good, right?
Great.
Great, exactly. So I messed up on the littlest thing, an email address, a phone number. If I didn't get something, a last name, bam, Uriel, come here, you want a half deal? 18-year-old kid, bro. I'm over here trying to figure out I'm gonna pay my bills. I just put my job, my guarantee, all that stuff, right? Come here, you want a half deal? Bro, my first deal was one of my friends, one of my ex-employees. I still got half out on it because I fucked it up. Like a buddy came in to buy a car for me just to practice, just so I could practice on him, right? He was willing to take that kind of debt for me, right? Okay. And man, I messed up. I forgot where I messed up, but boom, here comes this little 18-year-old kid. Took half my commission. So you know what that told me? That told me, hey, listen, man, either you could sit here and work twice as hard and get paid the same, or you could just get good at it. And that's what my brother told me. He's like, hey, man, you sick of an 18-year-old kid eating your lunch? Get good, and get good fucking quick, because I'm not going to stop until you do it.
So the other car salesmen was like 18 and 19. They was young. They're
young.
Like,
young. My brother has some killers, bro.
This was a major dealership?
Yeah, a Chevy dealership, man, out here in Phoenix. And man, very quickly on, man, I established a name for myself. I went from, oh, that's Tino's little brother, right? Tino's little brother to that's Rain. You know what I mean? I had to earn my name, my stripes. I get it. I came in with people looking at me like, oh man, he's probably getting favoritism, right? There's a kid that had a problem with it at one point, right? My brother, again, used that as an opportunity to fuck me up. I didn't even do anything. The guy's like, man, I feel like you're easier on your brother. He's like, are you fucking serious? Get your ass over here, man. Let me give you this one too. So I had to learn the hard way. But you know what, man? I'm so grateful because he brought something out in me that I didn't even know I had. He saw it in me before I saw it in me, right? So finally, when mentally I made that decision and I was sold on, you know what, man, I do got too much personality to be behind the scenes. I need to be in front of people. I need to be in front of a lot of people. Man, once that clicked, bro, my life has not been the same, man.
Okay, so let me ask you this right here then. So is that the person that actually brought out the bull shark? Because I want to know, what is a bull shark? How did you become a bull shark? You know what I'm saying? The brother is official Sharktino, you feel me? So
he's official Sharktino, yeah, he's the official shark, right? I'm the bull shark. So the bull shark is one of the most aggressive sharks in the water, right? Sure, you can Google it. But yes, he did. Like growing up, I was always fat. I was 100 pounds heavier than I am now, right? I
was heavier too now.
Yeah, man. And yeah, and man, I weighed 100 pounds more than I do now my whole life, man, up until 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I don't even remember, man. It's been so long. But I lack confidence, self-esteem, all that, man. I couldn't even go up to a girl and tell her I liked her, ask her for her number, man, just because I friend zoned myself before I got friend zoned, right?
Man.
So I started, I was in the kitchen, and cooking, and I just fat, man. Even before I was an adult, right? Working, right? I was just really big. And man, I just realized one day, like, yo, like, you're 317 pounds, you look like you're 40 years old, man. You have a hard time just walking up the stairs to go to your room, man. Like, you about to have a stroke in a few years or a heart attack, something. So man, I took it upon myself to change my diet, go just work out, right? Not even do cardio, just hit the weights, and I lost 100 pounds, man. And still, my confidence wasn't 100% there until I joined the car business, right? And my brother forced me to face my fears, man. He could sit there and train me as much as he possibly wanted, man, but that shit goes out the window, right? You could be confident when you're training until you're in front of a real person, right? So, man, he could sit there and train me, man, and at the end of the day, bro, like, I was still, like, not that confident. I remember he being in the car business, man. He'd send me with the first pass, right? First pass meaning numbers, right?
Man.
So the first set of numbers, you already know when you go to buy a car, the first set of numbers is the most offensive, right?
Okay.
I'm talking about I want to be $500 down, $300 a month. I'm over here talking about hitting $5,000 down, $700 a month. Those are Tino's number that he's telling me to go out there and fucking get. You know what I mean? So he would give me this piece of paper, and I remember the first time he gave me a piece of paper, I looked at it and I was like, bro, this is not what they told me. This is not what I told you.
Yeah.
And he's like, Uriel, show him how it's done. Here we go. Boom, half my fucking deal. Kid comes in, fucking first pass, takes it. All right, he didn't have me out, right? Here comes Tino on the second pass. He's like, hey, bro. He literally said it like this as he was walking to her table. Her name's Sarah White. Second deal I've ever made, right? I remember this. It was a white Dodge Journey. He literally, as he's walking, the old school Lil Wayne mixtapes, Louisiana and all. You are now watching a master at work. So
Yeah.
my brother said, I'll never forget that. He walked in, man, this sister was crazy. I'm talking like one of those angry sisters, right? My brother went in there, finessed her, right? Brought her down. And bro, I literally, my mind was blown, right? When I saw that happen, I realized, like, man, the art of just talking to people, man, persuasion or whatever it is, man, to get to a common goal together. When I saw that, I was amazed. That was a 10-hour deal, 10.5-hour deal. I'll never forget that deal because I learned so much. And once he forced me in that position to, hey, listen, I know you're scared, but you can't show that, you can't feel that. They'll see it, they'll smell it on you, right? You're over there trying to talk them into these numbers, right? Don't talk yourself out of it. So it got to a point, man, where, you know what, it didn't even matter. I pull up with a piece of paper, with the numbers, pull my pen out, go over everything, go ahead and sign right here. And I just shut up and just sit there and look at him do it. Okay. My brother told me, just look at him and nod. Oh, it's too much. That's a lot of down payment. You just sit there, just shut up and nod.
Hey, y'all come to YouTube. If y'all on here, y'all come to YouTube. Y'all tripping right now. Hey, that face again, do it. Look, do it again. Do it again.
So man, it really, and I'm a very, you know,
bro,
again,
do the here, bro. Do the face, bro. Pass over, do the face, do that shit again.
Which one?
Again. You got to smile, bro. Do the paper, pass it to him, and then sit back.
Man, I pull up and go ahead, man. Just go ahead and sign right here, right? So with that being said, man, my brother brought that out in me because the bull shark, right? Because it got to the point where I'd pull up scared, man, scared. It got to the point where, man, I'd pull the fuck up on my piece of paper. Hey, guys, your down payment is going to be this. This is going to be your monthly payment. Go ahead and sign right here. Hey, that's too much. Randy, that is way too much money. You know what I'd fire back with? Hey, let me tell you something. I'm glad you pointed that out, but let me tell you something. When you buy a vehicle with me, you're not the only one, right? So every Tuesday at 6 p.m., all my past clients that have bought cars from me gather here in this parking lot at 6 p.m. and they have it's almost like a support group that you get, right? Now, all my past clients come in here and they share their stories about how they're paying too much money monthly for their car payments, right? So not only do you get a vehicle, you get me and a support group. Go ahead and sign right here. Man, my brother taught me the art of just going in there and putting it on the table, right? So I'm a hammer. My brother's more finesse. I'm the more aggressive, like just hit you. But I'm going to become your friend first, right? So my brother brought the bull shark out of me.
Right. So at the end of the day, when it comes to who poured the most knowledge into you in reference to dominating the sales, you know, that would be, you know, Official Sharktino, which is your brother.
110%. That man taught me how to eat.
Yep. So hey, we ain't gotta ask that question more than once. You know what I'm saying? So,
but it wasn't easy. Now I'll tell you this, in the car business, bro. When we worked together, I only worked with my brother in the car business. It was short lived. With Tino, at least, you know, we started one dealership, moved to another dealership, like the big leagues, right out here in Phoenix. I was only like less than 90 days in the car business, but already dominating. There was managers having meetings on how to not let me get in front of people, right? Because if I got in front of them, their teammates weren't going to eat. So there was managers having meetings like that, man. So I worked with my brother. He taught me as much as possible, but we never trained outside of work, even though we lived together at the time too. We live together now, right? So that's my best friend. So we never did like outside of work training, right? The outside of work training that my brother gave me is just how to do fucking life. That's the only training that I've gotten from my brother outside of work. We never did like the sales training, the stuff like that. At the end of the day, you know, sharks swim with sharks, and I pick up stuff off of him. He picks stuff up off of me. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I guess it's just a life experience that I learned from my brother, man, that I could apply into this.
Right. So how long you been in real estate again?
January 23rd of 2019. I came in. I was blessed with an opportunity to come in as an acquisitions manager with All In, and as people know, like they're not a group that you just say, hey, like I want a job or anything like that. Man, I was just blessed, man, with an opportunity. I came in not knowing what I was doing, right? But again, at that point, I've already been in the car business for a couple of years. So I they straight up asked me like, hey, what do you know about what do you know about real estate? And what do you know about us? What do you know about our company? Man, I don't know anything about you guys. I just heard about you guys a few weeks ago because I didn't have an Instagram or Facebook. I deactivated it for like a few years before that. I was living low key. And I said, and I don't know anything about real estate, right? But I do know one thing. I know people. I know my way around a deal. If you give me product knowledge, I will assassinate your leads. Like no cap. And the rest is history, man. I've been with them since I was one of their highest grossing acquisitions managers, man. I was in acquisitions for a year and a half. And I was presented an opportunity to be in business development. And guess who the director of business development is? Official Sharktino.
Right.
So another opportunity to work side by side with my brother. And let's face it, we're brothers. So the sibling rivalry is crazy, but at the same time, like I take it in stride because I know he's got my best interest at heart.
Right. So let me ask you this: as far as when you transition from because like you wasn't at like the little mom and pop's car dealership. You said you was at a Sears dealership, then you went to an even more Sears dealership. So transitioning from that to real estate, like what do you think was the big difference as far as like the two playing fields? Like what would be the most the thing that stood out the most between the two? You know, because both of them was down to kind of the same playing field.
They're the same. They're the same in their own rights, but also very much so different, right? They're the same because it's a sell. A deal's a deal, right? A deal's a deal. No matter what you're selling, no matter what you're buying, a deal's a deal, right? But the difference between, selling somebody a car and buying their home is that somebody buys a car once every 3 years. You know what I mean? It's an emotional decision, but it's like that. You could crack somebody. You could smack a dude in the ego and have him sign for a $700 payment. You know what I mean? If you check him in front of his lady, it's not the same in real estate, right? So one thing that I realized in real estate, it's more sentimental, it's more emotional. In the car business, people buy a car once every 1 to 3 years. In real estate, man, people are selling their homes once every 15 to 30 years. So what a lot of people don't realize, and this is what this is what kind of hit me in the face, right? It's the difference between going in for the hard close and like just going in and making them fall in love with you and then going in for a hard close, because it never feels like a hard close when they're in love with you, right? So in the car business, man, I say this a lot, man. I could sit there and hold a knife into the rib cage until they sign or die. Because once they're in front of me, I am not fucking letting them leave. Because we were in the big leagues where I was at. It was me and there was 60 other salespeople. 60 other salespeople. Now, mind you, the dealership's not huge. Like it's a big dealership. They do volume, but if there's 60 people, 60 salespeople, and it's all commission based with a small little guarantee, like a $2,000 guarantee. At the end of the day, like I got to care more about my food than the next guy's food, right? So I learned how to be one of the sharks on the lot, how to skate people, get in front of people, take their opportunities. I'm not proud of it, right? But at the end of the day, like, I'm the bull shark, man. I'm aggressive. I got to do what I got to do, man.
You lying.
So, man, it's just the car business. The car business is much different than real estate.
It's vicious in the car business, but it still sounds like the same as with real estate, because like I was actually speaking with the guy today about out here in this market right here, people say competitive, blah blah blah. I really don't believe in none of that, but I do know that there are moments where you have to make sure you seal your position, and one way to seal your position in deals is to make sure you record a memorandum. And you don't. Like I don't necessarily do it for all properties, but I know that there are some snakes that slither and things like that. And then like you say, you got sharks out there, that just eating up everything. But like there's some people that really don't have hustle, and you can show them a deal and they'll go try to go right behind you, and it's crazy. So not only even with that, you have pre-foreclosures and things like that. So sometimes have to put that memorandum in place just to make sure your position is sealed. So like it's damn near like the same playing field, but with the car, you can't random.
Yep. And one thing that a lot of new investors, so a lot of the new guys in here, man, one thing that a lot of investors, new people at least, fail to realize, because let's face it, wholesale is such a low barrier of entry. Shout out to Tino for teaching me that, right? You copied that off him. But it's wholesale, such a low barrier of entry, right? Anybody could do it, but not everybody's successful, right? So one thing that a lot of these people, if you're really trying to go somewhere in this business, when you're talking to somebody, one thing that you got to realize, what a lot of people fail to realize, is that, again, I had to learn this the hard way. I lost out on some deals early on because I was going a little too hard, right? So with that being said, is don't fail to realize that you're facilitating the biggest transaction in somebody's life right now. So yeah, it's okay to have a little fun, but don't sit there and play with them too much, because at the end of the day, like, this is their livelihood. They raise their kids in this home. So those are things that you got to tickle too when you're talking to them. It's not like a car where it sells itself. You see this V8, man, it's going to make you go fast. You know what I mean?
And that's just telling me, you see this, yeah, it's gonna make you go fast.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying, man. It's a lot. It's they're very similar, but a little differently, right? Because at the end of the day, it's so much more emotional, sentimental. You're talking about grandbabies, great grandbabies, and the kids and stuff, and how is this gonna make so and so feel or whatever. But at the end of the day, you just focus on the goal, and the goal is always to help people when you're in real estate, right? Because at the end of the day, we are facilitating the biggest transaction, and people. One thing my brother told me always, right? This will always stick to me, right? And it's never been more true until I started making big growths in the car business. The happiest people are the ones that spend the most money. Mm-hmm. Just think about that for a second, right? The ones that, and again, in the car business, right, we use different lingos, but the people that we made a little more than, normal on, were the ones that were happy as hell. My God, look at my new car. Hey, let's take a picture next to your car, post it on your Facebook, tag me, send me your friends too. You know what I mean? But it's true, man, because you're solving a lot of problems. And when you're doing that, they have no problem just saying, okay, I'll sign, or okay, I trust you. And it's not that you're getting one over them. It's just, hey, this is what it comes down to. And the same thing in real estate. When you go to make your offer, let's face it, we buy homes penny on the dollar so we could create a win-win, not so we could take advantage of people, right? So when you go to make your offer and it is a little low to them and they're like, whoa, at the end of the day, if you're friends with them by now, because you are facilitating the big deal, you got to be the friend, right? And an advisor, a professional, right? There's got to be a fine line between the two as well. Right? So when you go to make that anchor offer and they're like, legs are all wobbly like spaghetti, at least you're still on the phone. They're not hanging up on you. You're still in the game. You know what I mean? So, hey, now that I know what you don't want, let's focus a little more on what you do want. Always solutions-based, man. So in real estate, you're solving problems, man. I wasn't thinking about the gross, man. I was not thinking about the gross.
We solving problems and making sure we provide an extreme value. But not only that, majority of the times when we're talking to these homeowners, we're educating them also. A lot of them really don't know what their property is worth, and they have an assumption of what they think it may be worth. But the market is going to say something, and the market talks. And one thing I've learned, over this, like you and I pretty much been in the business the same amount of time. Like you're killing it. You know what I'm saying? I came into the hey man, I learned a lot of stuff real quick. And one thing that I learned is that the market talks. And it don't matter what city, what state you're in, whatever, it don't matter. The small towns, the big cities, like the market talk. And you have to understand when you're educating the sellers that the market is talking. And sometimes these sellers are really not truthful with certain things that are wrong with the property, and then once you get your people in there to actually see if the numbers are gonna work, and the numbers don't work, then you have to go in for the price drop. So
I got something for that.
Man, it's crazy. So
yeah.
Look, what you got for that? Because after you get done, I'm gonna ask you this question. Right?
Man, I'm sorry. I gotta slow it down a little bit too. You're only like 2 or 3 questions in, and we're like 45 minutes in.
Hit me with what I'm finna say.
Yeah, so listen, man, a piece of advice, right? Here's the sales advice, right? So me personally, man, if I went to every appointment, let's face it, as you got leads, you're going to call everybody, hey, how about you just come see my house first or whatever, right? If you went to every appointment that everybody invited you to, man, you would never have time to really buy homes, because you're going to be going to every person, and every person is going to show you how great their house is and justify why you should pay them retail. And at the end of the day, we're not in business. That's not our business model, right? So with that being said, one thing that I focus on, even if your property's 10 minutes up the street from me in Phoenix, right? One thing that I always focused on was securing the close on the phone virtually, right? Even if you're 10 minutes up from me, I'm still not going to show up with a contract first. Hey, real quick, while I got you on the line, are you on your computer? You got 5 minutes? Yep. Hey, real quick, since we, we're just going to put our verbal agreement here on paper, and then I'm going to go ahead and come by the property, take a look at it here in the next 20, 30 minutes, right? So what I do is, again, one thing my brother always told me in the car business, buyers are liars. Same thing in this industry. Sellers are not always going to be the most upfront people, right? Because their home is like their baby, right? It's the most beautiful baby in the planet. So with that being said, when I show up, now that I've got it virtually locked up, bro, I mean, let's face it, man, you're not going to buy a house sight unseen unless you locked it up at a decent price that you know damn well you could close on regardless, right?
Right.
So now with that being said, once they feel comfortable enough to do business, because they're already comfortable enough to do business with you, if they're already signing your contract virtually. So now once I do get it virtually, all right, great. I'm gonna come by, take a look at the property, blah blah, do a quick little inspection on it, yada yada yada. I show up with a blank contract now, even though I already got the property under contract, just in case I see something that I didn't like. And again, we're not in this business to just slime ball people. So I'm not always just going in for a price reduction. I always try to do it right the first time, because at the end of the day, it ruins the seller experience. And once you do that, man, like, it leaves so many opportunities for them to just bash you, right? And at the end of the day, integrity is everything in this business, and so is your reputation.
Right.
So if I did see something, if they weren't honest about the roof, hey, let me tell you something, Mr. Customer. I know we had agreed to this on the phone, but like, you didn't tell me about this. You know what I mean? Now I got to be around here. At this point, I already know I could do it. I already got it signed. Like, I already got it signed regardless. I already, I weighed my options already. You know what I mean? But if possible, I'm going to go in for the price renegotiation, right? And if it works, it works, and that's it. I'm not touching it anymore. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to tickle a deal too much. You don't want to get too many hands involved, because that's where things start getting messed up for the person. You know what I mean? Nobody likes that kind of experience.
Right.
So secure it first virtually before you pull up. If you absolutely can, do it. Secure it virtually, even if it's in the same city as you. And then when you show up, if there is something that they weren't honest with you about, then you go ahead and you pull out the blank contract, or then you pull out the receipts. Hey, Mr. Customer, when I had asked you about the cabinets or the roof or whatever, the foundation, and you didn't tell me about this big ass crack going down your wall, that's foundational damage. You know what I mean? We got to talk about that. I can't be at this price. So get it virtually. Get it virtually, then show up. And if it makes sense for you to renegotiate it. If you feel like you ain't gonna get it, be very careful, because at the end of the day, now that you're in a position where they can tell you, hey, listen, at that point, okay, if that's the number you're gonna be at, cancel the contract. I want out. You know what I mean? So you always got to know your sellers.
Right. So as far as you being one of the top acquisitions, you said you were.
I was one of the highest grossing acquisitions managers, and it was really cool, man. Because
look, what I want to ask you was, with that being said, were you just in one market, or were you talking to people in multiple markets, locking up deals? Because of this question, I want to ask you, what market did you close the most deals in? I want to know what market was the most friendly to Randy. That was my what I want to know.
You know what, man? I'm not gonna lie. Prior to joining, even now, man, like, meeting you a few days ago, we're gonna talk about that. But meeting you a few days ago was the first time I ever been to Texas. Period. Right? So like, I'm not like Tino that's traveled and seen the world and stuff. I've been locked up in the kitchen. You know what I mean? So getting out and stuff like that. Man, I forgot where I was going with that, brother. I'm so sorry. I got a brain fart. But I didn't get to go out and do all these things. You know what I mean? Go ahead, ask me a question again. I'm so sorry, man. I drew a blank there for a second. I was getting going.
So this was it, right? So
what markets was closing the best deals in? Man, so I didn't get out. I didn't know a lot.
Who just loved Randy? What market just loved Randy? Who was like, "Ooh, this city loved the shit out of me," and you just
Vegas.
Phoenix.
Vegas.
Oh, Vegas.
Vegas, man. Vegas. So what I was saying is, I didn't get out and travel a lot, right? So when I'm calling these people in all these states, they're telling me all this stuff about this and about that, and I'm just like, oh yeah, not even knowing what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Most of the time. Or when they're telling me, oh, Dallas this, Denver that, or whatever the case may be. I had a hard time following, but once I got the experience and stuff like that, I started seeing the trends and stuff. Now I knew how to follow suit. But Vegas was really good to me. Vegas was really, really good to me. I don't know what it is about people out there, man. But Phoenix was good to me too. California. Those are probably the three best places I love.
But
Nevada, California, and Arizona.
Vegas was your shit.
But Vegas was my shit. If I had 10 deals, probably at least five of them from Vegas.
No shit.
Maybe one or two in Texas, a couple in Phoenix. You know what I mean?
And this was just last year.
Yeah, Vegas, and you know, we started taking down more fix and flips and stuff like that, and that just, man, that opened up even more opportunity for me, because now I'm seeing it from a different side of the business, right? Not just the wholesale of, hey, just run some numbers on my calculator, blah 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 blah. This is where we need to be. Sign right here, boom, right? Now I'm seeing it from a different perspective, right? From the fix and flip side. Hey, these types of things typically cost, right? Instead of saying, hey, it normally costs me 15 grand for a roof when you're talking to a seller, right? Like now you're actually seeing shit. Right? Like you're really in the shit. So now that only gave me more ammo on the wholesale side, right? On any side, right? Because if I did it good enough, shit, we're taking this thing down cash. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it honestly, once we got into the fix and flips and stuff like that, it allowed me to learn so much more about the business. Not just, hey, I'm Randy with All In, I do acquisitions, and all I know is acquisitions. It showed me a side that hey, you got to do things this way. You got to have certain people doing these things and permits and all this other stuff. You got to follow suit, because you will get caught up. So, but you know, with that being said, I love Vegas, man. Vegas was really good to me.
Vegas was the truth. So yeah. So man, like I did my first virtual deal in Las Vegas February. It was February. It was February this year. 35K spread split between me and the guy that I met in while I was out in California. He actually saw me bring out the guys in November while we was out in Vegas. I had brought the guys out, and then he had reached out to me while I was out in California for my birthday, and we linked in, and then from there we started masterminding, and then we started masterminding. Then hey man, next thing you know, we end up having us a super cool deal, you know,
nice.
and it's so quick, you know, and man, you know, Vegas was awesome to me, you know, because that let me know that I can reach out and touch some kid way, you know, and I ain't even have to bust a move.
Mm-hmm.
To play together, you know, I provided some hot information, and he made a steaming hot call, and then from there, you know, it was putting the play together and closing the deal.
So let me ask you something, Loopy. When you met that guy, how long ago was that?
This was last. So my birthday was in December, but you know, the conference that was in Las Vegas was November last year. So that's when he actually saw me, because I brought everybody out, you know, for the conference. So he reached out. I didn't never meet him, you know, but he reached out when I was in California for my birthday in December and told me how he knew me and knew of me. And down there from Vegas, he from Cali, but he drove from Vegas to California just to, you know, to fool with me. You know, we hit up some corners and we chopped it up, and then we put together a solid little game plan. Then from there, you know, 35K, you know, jumped out of hat for us, you know, and it was smooth sailing. You know, it was blessed to be able to be a part of that deal, and I provided some hot information for one. And man, you know, it was a cool call that he made that got us where we needed to be. And I told him, hey, this is where we needed to be at, and you know, we got it at that number, and from there, you know, the rest was history. So
that's strong, man. So you met him last year. Was that the only time you've done business with him?
Yeah.
And obviously you guys, I would imagine you guys are still cool. Like you get a lead out there, you get something hot out there, you just call him and it's done, right?
We haven't done any more deals yet, but hey, we done that first deal. Then as soon as we close,
but you see that y'all made 35 grand with a stranger, man. That's the beauty of this business, man. Is that there's so much to go around, man. That yeah, there's a lot of greedy people out there, but there's just so much to go around in abundance, man. That you get brought together with people, man. And I truly feel like this business does bring a lot of people together, either for the right reasons or the wrong reasons, right? Regardless of what reason it is, I truly feel that the connections made in this business, man, like truly can be really fucking magical because there's a lot of horsepower and a lot of finances behind it. So now if you and I do good and we're making good money together in real estate, hey, how about we go and change people's lives now? Now we got the money and the platform and this and that, and obviously the good hearts to do that, man. So that's why I say, like, man, being in this business has opened me up to a completely different world, bro, that I did not even know existed, man. I'm meeting so many cool people and again, I'm meeting them over the phone, Instagram, lives, right?
Yeah.
And stuff like that, right? But truly, man, it's like you've known these people once you've done enough deals with them and you could trust their integrity and everything like that. Like, it gets to a point with, like, man, I've made so many amazing connections, and not just connections like networking, but like friendships in this business, bro.
Man,
And like friendships where we make a lot of money together. You know what I mean? Where we make money together, and like I'm helping you, you're helping me, and it's like, man, it's a win-win. And man, there's nothing better than two people winning in a situation versus yourself.
Hey, so true story. So my brother Chevy, he's Jamaican, but he came from New Jersey, and now he's in Louisiana. We both started our journey at the same time. We actually met because I put out a bandit sign on Craigslist trying to find sellers in his area, and he was trying to build a buyers list. And he called my bandit sign from off of Craigslist, and we've been keeping in contact ever since. Once we told each other what we was doing. I met him for the first time this year, but we basically had a house already, and we had only seen each other once. And we had a house, like the house that's like right across the street from me. We have a 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath, like right across the way from me right now. And like we had that house, and we had only met once, and now we have another house, a 4-story townhouse in downtown. We Airbnb in that. And creating an abundance of cash flow for the both of us, and shit, that's just with passing him some good information and him making a call and showing me how to construct creative deals. And from there,
awesome.
We straight nose dived into learning how to do this Airbnb stuff, and we made a solid investment together. So, man, like, yeah, I'm talking about not even really being able to be around a person on the regular and still be able to do deals and do tremendous amount of business with each other, and then making it look good at the same time behind the scenes. People don't really know the fly shit that be going on behind the scenes. People just be not really taking note and really looking at the people that's really doing this shit from the people that's just saying they doing this shit. So with that being said, I'm really out here putting forth effort to learn like different, tools and techniques and how to use this shit. So that way I can like fucking inspect the gadget and pull out all type of shit, and I can be certified recession proof. So with that, as a closer, what are your top 5 skill sets, my bro?
As a closer, man, I honestly, talking, listening, being solutions based, right? Always trying to figure out a plan. Let's see what else, man. Being creative, right? Being creative, right? And not being afraid, right? Not being afraid to outwork anybody around me in efforts to make the deal, right? To make the shit go, right? At the end of the day, you got to be creative. Let's face it. There's 20 million people calling your seller before you called them, right? What are you going to do to separate yourself from everybody else?
So your top 5, call them out so everybody can understand your top 5 skill sets.
Listening, right? Obviously speaking, not just talking, right? But knowing how to talk, tonality, everything like that, right? So talking, speaking, listening, being creative, right? Being driven, right? Not being afraid to outwork anybody else, and being creative. Did I say creative already?
Yeah.
Talking, listening, creative. Oh, and being solutions driven, man. Be solutions based. At the end of the day, if you're not solving anybody's problems in this business, they're not going to want to do business with you. What do they need you for?
Because that's going to show that the person is straight selfish. You have to perform acts of selflessness, and that's the way you prepare yourself to extreme heights. In this business, you have to be able to educate the sellers. If you're not able to add value to them, you still educate them to let them know, their potential outcome in a situation, and there's a way that it can get better, and there's a way that things could stay the same, or in some cases things could get worse if they allow things to remain the same. So every case is different. Y'all want to get out there and make sure y'all first listen, and before you speak. And then, usually when you speak, the best thing to do is ask questions and less statements. And if you make a statement, follow that up with a question. That way you can keep control of the conversation. That's one of the main things. And then what else you were saying, Randy?
Being creative.
Oh yeah, being creative. So being creative with your deal structuring and stuff. Don't just go in just want to just go in for the sucker punch and get the low offer. Understand that there's different ways to do deal structuring, and now more than ever, hey, if y'all didn't attend the momentum event I did, and I heard it from Carlos and Sal and Alex themselves that hey, at first they was doing 90 to 95% of their business was wholesaling. Now that changed 60-40 to buying wholes and things like that. So if these guys that's at the top of the food chain are starting to shift directions and change gears and knowing that right now is the best time to do more holding and creating passive income, I think you should do the same as far as being creative and making sure you're being creative and not being sleazy with it, not being a sleazeball with it. You want to be creative, not crafty. Crafty have a bad taste, but creative. Hey, you can make some shit happen. You can make some shit work. So what else? So we got listening. I cover listening. I cover speaking. Because when you just want to do asking questions, we really don't do a lot of making statements because that leads them to questioning you and seeing where your credibility is. Then from there, we got to being creative, making sure you have more tools in your toolbox, making sure you come in with multiple ways of doing deal structuring. What's that next one, my brother?
My work ethic, not being afraid to roll my sleeves up and do more than the next guy and the next guy's next guy, right? At the end of the day, my brother used to beat me down. Man, you're working the piss out of this deal. And it happened. I made it.
Basically, I'm gonna add on to that. Hey, what y'all want to do is make sure y'all come with the Arm & Hammer. I ain't talking about the motherfucking baking soda. You know what I'm saying? Like my homie say, have your sleeves roll up and be ready to, dig in. You know what I'm saying? How can you eat if you don't kill it? You know what I'm saying? You got to get to it. So and then now what's that last one? What's that number 5?
Being solutions based. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna hold somebody's problem against them. I'm gonna fuck them up with 20 solutions. If they give me one reason why tell me no, I'm gonna give them 20 reasons to tell me yes.
Right. So, what we want to do is make sure we provide, easy and fast and quick solutions. The thing is, with us not being real estate agents and stuff like that, and even if you are a real estate agent, that don't stop your work ethic and what you can do. So you real estate agents out there should really start listening to some of us wholesalers and people that are doing creative deals because we can work, a lot better together than working against each other and create laws to where we're constantly feud and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, we're having solutions for people. So that means we're all family. And basically it's a family feud if we had a real estate agent and a real estate investors going at it because of small, small things that can be, simple conversation and understanding what each person brings to the table. So we want to make sure we provide, quick, fast, easy solutions. And then we want to make sure if they have to be creative solutions, we want to make sure that the paperwork is going to make the paperwork, meaning, we want to make sure the paperwork lines everything up to where that, our paperwork is solid. And when the paperwork come back, it's going to come back in the form of a check or a wire transfer. And then you'll be getting that bag. It's bag season, and, bag season is believe, achieve, goal season. You know what I'm saying? Period. You want to believe, achieve, goals. So the bag is whatever you dig your hand in and pull up out that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to necessarily mean money. So with that being said, what have been your best favorite marketing strategy to initiate contact with sellers thus far?
Oh, let's face it, man. That's something my brother taught me. The 3-2-1, right? I'm not gonna get too much into it because I'm pretty sure he broke it up. He already broke it down for y'all. But the 3-2-1, right? The 3 calls, the 2 forms of messages, the one voicemail. I did it backwards. I'm sorry, but tell you what, when my brother taught me to call people, he taught me to call them 3 times at once, right? Call them back to back. Hey, listen, if somebody calls you once and you miss it, chances are they need anything. But if they called you twice or 3 times in a row, chances are they needed your attention for something, right? they're calling you for a reason. There's some intent behind it. So one thing that I realized was, being my tenacity, right? So call, didn't answer, call again, didn't answer. I'm gonna shoot you a text and let you know I'm calling. Or hey, my name is Randy. I've been trying to get a hold of you, and they call right back. But as far as marketing goes, what form of marketing, as far as like mailers, SMS, RVMs, and stuff like that? I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm obviously, who doesn't love PPC, right? Who doesn't love PPC stuff like that? But one thing that I really, really love, man, is there's actually two things, right? Two things. So there's two things I really love, and a lot of people aren't really with it, but me, like I said, I was blessed to come into a huge database that I could just go fishing every day, right? Doesn't mean I'm always gonna, doesn't mean every call was a deal, right? But I'm gonna make the most out of it. So with that being said, mailers, I love mailers. I say that to say this, right? Because when you send them out, you get a bunch of people. It's a nastiness up front where they're calling, this isn't my house, or this lady died, or my house isn't for sale. They're freaked out because they see their house on the postcard.
Hold on, wait a minute. The mailer people call back. I haven't got no mad call from mailers.
Man.
Enough. I've done some beginning and sending the postcards, but I ain't sent out. I haven't done no mass marketing because of money. So those people call you back pissed off, like as if you cold called them.
Yeah. So check this out. Yeah. People would take the time out of their day to call the number on the postcard and say, where did you get a picture of my house? My house isn't for sale. Blah, 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 blah. F you, all this stuff. And I'm just like, yo, hey, this is public information. I'm sorry. Like, if you didn't want to sell me your house, don't even call me, or whatever the case may be. Or, hey, hang on to it, whatever. If you change your mind, give me a call. But one thing that I loved about mailers, bro, that was like a delayed gratification, right? The people that hit you up screaming at you, whatever, you get over it, you get past that, right? But it's the people that got that piece of mail and let it sit on their countertop for a few weeks, a couple weeks, and they see it every day, but they don't think too much about it, right? And then one day they pick it up and pay attention to, like, oh, damn. The next day they see it. You know what? Let me see what this guy Randy's talking about. I mean, they didn't throw it away. They knew what it was for. They've just been jogging the idea around, right? And they close themselves on the idea of literally just calling you and talking to you about it. Now when they call you, it's been weeks, it's been months. I've done deals where we literally sent the mailer 6 months, a year before, and they're calling me like, hey, I got this a long time ago. Damn. Like, are you still like buying houses? Hell yeah, all day. You know what I mean? And those are the people that honestly, like, those are deals, right? So that's that. Let's see. Mailers, I love mailers, and what else do I love?
PPC.
PPC, man. You never go wrong with PPC, man.
What else? What else besides PPC? Because that's that inbound shit right there.
Yeah, mailers, PPCs. Honestly, and word of mouth too, bro. I'm not gonna lie, word of mouth. You treat somebody good, they're gonna tell their friends or whatever the case may be, or they might even talk about you, right? So, and honestly, SMS, I like SMSs too, because if they opt in, like I said, it's kind of an invitation to talk. You know what I mean?
All right. So look, let's talk acquisition and what is the most important thing you like about that role. I think I missed the word in that motherfucker.
Yeah, man. What did I like about acquisitions, man? You know what I like the most about acquisitions, man, was the fact that I was able to, like, make connections with people. Like, I'm a very personal, like, person. Like, don't let the whole salesy shit. Like, I love people and stuff like that. So when I got to know somebody, it was more personal for me to try to make it make sense for them so I could solve their problems, right? So, man, being a human, man, treating people like human, man, that is like one of the biggest things that I loved about acquisitions, was making that connection with people. Because once you make the connection with people, they get to pour their heart out into you, and you get to know somebody. So, like, you make friends with sellers, right? I've texted sellers before. Hope you're doing well. Hope your cast came off and your arms healed up, shit like that. And it's been a long time since I bought the property, man. The favorite part about acquisitions is getting to know so many people, aside from getting kicked in the nuts as many times as I did in acquisitions, right? By sellers. Getting to know people, making friends, finding a friend.
I still have times where I called even sellers that I wasn't able to close with, people that just really didn't want to sell. They holding on to their property, sentimental values or whatever, or the sisters or whatever. I see it back there like So I have to lock mine up because man, mine be breathing hard. And
Bro, she was snoring a little while ago. I just kind of bumped into the bed and woke her up. But
yeah,
this is all she does all day, man. I'm so blessed, bro, that even my dog is good. I get to wake up every day, not even worry about a barking dog jumping all over me, all this stuff. I just get to wake up and get to work. And I got one of my best friends, aside from my brother, right? My mom, right? I'm big on family. Man, this is my best friend. This is my companion right here. You know what I mean? This dog does so much for me.
What's her name?
Tessie. So I didn't give her that name. So the story behind her is I got her from a breeder. There's an offer, $3,500 on the table. He said, I don't want to sell her to another breeder. She's going to get used and killed. This is my personal dog. What can you do? I said, let me tell you something, bro. I'm not going to pay you a fucking dime to give your dog a beautiful life. I'll give your dog a good home. I'll personally love your dog. I'll be your dog's best friend. And I'm going to give your dog the most amazing life. But I will never pay you to save your dog's life, bro. And he said, you know what? Say no more. He showed up the next day with her, man. And she ain't never left.
Yeah.
This is my dog.
So look, check this out. So I want to ask you this right here. You know, what does your first few seconds sound like? You know, when the seller pick up the phone.
Hello, Loopy.
Hey, what's up? Who's this?
Hey, Loopy, how you doing? It's Randy. What did I catch you doing today?
Shit, having a drink and talking shit.
Damn, Loopy, what are you drinking on, man? What kind of shit are you talking? I'm drinking a little bit of Tito's and Sprite right now. I love talking shit, Loopy. I'm glad I caught you at a good time, then.
Yeah, man, I'm drinking moonshine, but you better hurry up because I want to file my joint.
Holy shit, man! You drinking moonshine? You know what? Let's do this. How about I just come over?
Shit, I'll see you the goddamn address.
Well, hey, Loopy, real quick. I'd hate to waste your time, man. Real quick, the reason why I'm calling this, and then you get into it, right? Yeah. But again, one thing my brother.
I was in the nigga. I'm finna show that. Hey,
you saw that? Yeah, you find a friend.
Yeah, I saw. Like I'm finna go with it. That's how I'm feeling right now. You feel me?
Yeah,
so
that's it.
So that's exactly how a seller gonna be. You know, like your people. If y'all didn't just witness what just happened right now, it's like that's how some people be when they answer the phone, and you may be catching them in the middle of them doing some shit, and they really don't feel like talking. But if you cool as shit and you
throw it right back at them.
Been knowing them forever, then it's like shit. Fuck it. What you talking about? Shit, you know what I'm saying? You would get those type of receptions from these people. Like it'll hit you like that. Then sometimes you get stuck and don't even know what to do. And
those are the funnest deals.
Right, and those right.
Those are the funnest deals, man.
Live is where you have the live story to go with it, and everything is matched up. And man, it was just a perfect deal. But some people, a lot of people out there, that shit, it damn near scare them because they wasn't expecting to be receptive like that, or your delivery wasn't on point with those first few seconds. Like people have to understand that you got like 3 to 5 seconds to make sure that first bam.
Capture them.
You gotta hit them with that combo, like bam, bam, bam. You got to hit them real quick.
Yep. And that's one thing. One of my other trainers, you know, my brother Tino trained me, you know, in sales. And then once I branched off and did my own thing, I was training to become a manager in the car business too. And my buddy Edwin, you know, another one of the persons that actually taught me in the car business, Edwin Puga, really great guys in finance. He's killing it now. You know, he always told me, Randy, one thing that you're good at, bro, and one thing that I always want to highlight, bro, is that when I always train people is find a friend. That is the first thing you want to do, man, is find a friend. And me personally, like I act like a puppy. You see, I was just going whatever direction you was going in, man. Whether you was talking shit or whether you was eating shit, I was gonna do either one with you. You know what I mean? Like a puppy, man. I'm just gonna go whatever direction you go.
Right. So what you said you was drinking and eating?
Man, whether you was talking shit or eating shit.
No. What?
Tito's and Sprite, some vodka.
Oh, so Tito's is vodka?
Yeah. Tito's.
Oh, okay.
You don't even know it's vodka because you can't even taste it. That's how amazing it is, bro. And it's amazing, man. My brother put me on when I moved in with him in downtown. He said, "Hey, try this Tito's water." I was like, "What is it?" It tasted like water. It was literally vodka and water with ice. And I tried it. I was like, man, this is crazy.
So
And then like trying to walk home was a mission.
so what is diluted with water or something?
The Tito's water, yeah, but this is just Sprite, man, and some vodka Tito's.
Right, I'm saying the Tito's, the vodka, is it kind of down?
Bro, it don't taste like rubbing alcohol, man. When you drink it, you could fuck around and pour a lot. You pour too much in there, right, and not even realize it until you trip. You know what I mean? So, but obviously we're real safe with everything we do. We're everywhere.
Sealing the deal. Give us an example of putting a seller in the hot seat to get them all in with signing documents and moving forward to closing the deal over the phone. Did you just say it?
Would there be an objection? Like, how would you move them to sign up the contract?
Just sealing the deal. Just give me an example of putting them in the hot seat. If they ain't got their goddamn mind right, they bullshitting, they kind of
I gotta talk to my wife or whatever, right?
Yeah, fuck it, man. Send the documents. I'ma sign. But let's move forward. You said you can close in 14 days, 30 days. Fuck it. Let's get it done.
My brother already hit you with it. Though what's changed? I got that from him. Hey, you know, happy wife, happy life type deal, right? Hey, at the end of the day, sir, you gotta check somebody's ego, right? At the end of the day, sir, I know you mentioned that, you know, you guys been together for what? Since high school, whatever, blah, blah. You do anything for your wife. Anything. You move mountains for her. Wouldn't you? Hell yeah. You know your wife doesn't want to live here anymore. You know she wants to move out and be closer to family. So let me ask you something, Mr. Customer. Look at his wife. What's changed? Just shut the fuck up.
So let's do a whole nother scenario. If it ain't no wife involved, none of that.
Okay.
Let's say let me throw a scenario out there.
Yeah.
Right. Let's say a guy have a house. He don't stay in it.
Mm-hmm.
It been needing repairs for 15 years. Ain't nobody stayed in it for goddamn 15 years. He just sitting on the property, is going to shit. Yeah. And he's saying like, shit, man, I'm keeping that motherfucker. Man, I'm a die with that property.
Even though it's all fucked up.
They
right?
say I'll fix it. Now I'm gonna fix it in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't selling it, and it's just going to shit.
Oh man, I've dealt with those too. Hey, Loopy, I understand, man. This property's been in your family for a very long time, and although you got a lot of problems with it, man, it's vacant. Well, it should be vacant, but you may got squatters in it or whatever, and the place has gone to shit, whatever. And you say you want to keep it and possibly, you know, renovate it. You mentioned it's been in your property in the family for 20 years. If you ain't done it in the last 20 years, man, when do you plan on getting around to it? Those problems, I could make disappear for you. Make them my problems. Let me handle these things for you. Let me cut you a check and you just walk away. It's a win-win for both of us, right? Because now I get a job. Now I got to do all this shit for you, right? Now I got to do all the repairs and I got to come out of pocket. You mentioned it needs X, A, B, C, all the way up to X, Y, and Z. Do you have personally, like, and again, I'm going to get real personal with them, right? Because at that point, when I'm asking them for the business, I have every right to, because I've overcome every objection and now they trust me in a way. You know what I mean? I like to think now that you and I are friends. So with that being said, you know, do you personally foresee yourself investing the 50, 60 grand into this property to bring it up to 2020 standards? Oh, well, this, well, that. I could get the roof replaced for $2,000.
I'm hitting you with this. It ain't gonna cost 50. Shit, it may cost 25,000.
Oh, you got somebody?
Shit.
Go ahead, tell me yeah.
I'm gonna find somebody.
Oh, well, let me tell you something, bro. I know you mentioned that you got somebody that could do all this shit for 25 grand. It's going to cost me anywhere between 50 to 60. Hey, Loopy, real quick, man, off the record, I'm going to need that guy's contact info, right? Because if it costs me 50 to 60 and it's going to cost him 25, bro, I'm spending way too much money. I want to give that guy a job, man. You don't even got to sell me your house at this point. Just give me his phone number.
I was straight up, so you fuck.
Straight up, I'm calling him out on his bullshit. I'm going to call him out on his bullshit.
Oh, shit.
Because guess what, Mr. Customer, I really do this shit.
Yeah.
So what would cost me 50 to 60 grand would cost him 25, bro. Plug me in, dog. I'll give you 10 grand just for giving me his number. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Straight like that. So man, so I take my buyer to this property, right? And I have to look at this property so he can go ahead and say if he gonna close on it or whatnot. And after he was like everything good, he was like, "What else you got?" I said, "Man, I sent you that Blodgett. You ain't want the Blodgett." So he was like, "Blodgett, man, shit, we bought a house on Blodgett already." So I like, "Shit, how you buy a house on Blodgett and you ain't buying from me?" So shit, he go in his what's the name, and he pull up the address. He was like, "Yeah, we bought this house right here, but somebody else on my team ended up buying it." I said, "Let me see the address." So he showed me. I said, "That's the house I tried to sell you last month. You didn't want to buy it from me." So it was a house I had under contract like last year, and I had a memorandum on it. Man, so many people going behind me trying to get the property up under me. So I had a memorandum on it and shit. Didn't nobody want to cash it out on the property. They were talking about it was too high, but it wasn't, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to go behind me to steal the deal.
They just didn't want to catch you up, bro. That's all it was. They just wanted to come behind you.
Right. So my boy, he looked up, he like, "Yeah, we paid 150 for it." I said, "Go to your text messages." So he went to his text me. I said, "Go to that contract I sent you." So he went to the contract. I say, "Bro, this the same house I told you to give me 140 for it. I showed you the contract that I had it for 135. Just let me make my 5 and keep it moving." I like, "Shit, like y'all paid 150 for it. You just got busted up 15.
Yeah, I'm cool. But hey, I try to help you, man.
I say, "Man, you got to fuck with Loopy, man." I say, I sent the shit to you first. So that means,
you know what? That's what cost them, man. That's
so
when they learned their lesson.
so look, this my boy though. Like I sent shit to him first. Like he don't be bullshitting, so I sent it to him first. But shit, that was because the seller called me out the blue. Like, "Man, what you want to do?" Because I had a memorandum on it. So I like, damn. Shit, I said, "We ain't closed on that." I said, "Damn, let me call my boy real quick." I thought we been closed on that motherfucker already. I said, "Let me call my boy." So I called my boy and put him on. He was like, "Nah." He was like, "It was too high." Then they still in. So I did the release of memorandum. Man, shit, homie still sold that shit to their ass for 150, man. So I was like, "Man, that shit right there crazy, man. That shit right there crazy."
It's a very unfortunate situation, man.
Hey, look, check this out. So what is your favorite go-to punchline when locking the deal up at a high price and having to go in for the price drop because of sellers' lack of transparency?
Based off what you told me, obviously, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm asking the right questions, right? I'm asking specifics, right? And when I'm asking specifics, I'm also I'm planting seeds. You know what I mean? Hey, quick question. When was the last time you replaced the roof? Oh man, it's been 20 years, blah 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 blah. It's been 20 years, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Hey, I appreciate your transparency. The only reason why I ask is because I'm liable for the roof up to or whatever the case may be, right? I'd hate to purchase this property, fix it up, and not do the roof and sell it to somebody and it come back to me and me be liable, right? So I appreciate your transparency. I'm just gonna go ahead and replace the roof, even if it's not even damaged.
So
you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you deducting that too. So
based off what you told me. But as far as like what the punchline is like what would be the setup? The situation is if it was too high and and that's another thing, Rose, that like if I'm not confident going into a deal, like straight up, I'll tell them too, "Hey, Mr. Customer, the only reason why I'm doing this, the only reason why I'm putting this on paper here right now with this 10-day due diligence is just simply because now that's going to allow me the time to get these people, X amount of people in here, my contractors in here to give me bids low enough. If I could save enough money, then I definitely could close like this. But if I can't, then I just can't do it. I'm going to need to be more around this price like I originally told you. But I'm going to do everything in my power to fight for it." So now when you go in for the renegotiation, whatever, right. If you're already, because again, you got to know your deal before you put it on paper, right? We're not just throwing shit on the walls and hoping it sticks. Right. There goes your integrity out the window. So,
right.
So when you're setting it up, hey, Mr. Customer, at that point, a price renegotiation is just is as simple as a phone call. "Hey, Mr. Customer, you know what? I was right, like I told you. With I'm the again, you gotta separate yourself as a professional. Not only is your friend, but you're the expert here, right? So hey, like I told you initially when I first came by the property, this was that. But again, I tried everything in my power to go, to try to get bids low enough and try to beat my financial partner up, Tino, right? That's another thing I always use. My financial partner, Tino, my business partner or whatever, he goes halves with me, I go half. So if he's willing to come up, I'm willing to come up, talk blah, 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 right? So honestly, man, I'm just holding people accountable at the end of the day. I'm letting them know even if I'm not confident in that number, I'm letting them know, like, honestly, I'm trying to do you a favor at this point. So when it comes time for the price renegotiations, it's as simple as if you need to drop in 20 grand, if you locked it up at 150 and you initially offered them 130, and you tell them, hey, this is where I feel comfortable. I know I could close in this in less than 21 days, right?
21.
Like
21. 21.
21. I could close in 21 days or less at this price, right? But I get it. You gotta have what you gotta have. I don't blame you. I'm a person just like you, right? I got expenses, I got finances, I got a life that I gotta provide too, right? Or that I gotta take care of too. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and do this out of good faith, right? Because everything in my power. But realistically, I should be around this price, but I'm gonna do everything in my power. So here's this 10-day. And now you're throwing the 10-day in there, and it's not even a matter of like lack of transparency. You're really telling them what that 10-day is for. Not because you went into that deal, not confident or not knowing what you're doing. You try to guide them, and if they're like, oh, blah, 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 or even if you're close to or you're setting yourself up for a price renegotiated, that's originally how you're going to do it. At least that's how I would do it.
Hey, and see what was the crazy thing, boy, with the deal I was just telling you about just now. Man, the numbers worked. The ARV was over 200,000. Then the motherfucking property was right by U of H, University of Houston. Like you could see everything. Man, the numbers was live. Motherfuckers was just trying to get a steal so they can maximize the potential of the property. But the property needed a lot of work. But I know my dog, he do his own work, so I know the numbers work for him. Man, he still went and paid that 150. I feel bad for him a little bit because I'm like, bro, you tripping, man. I could have had a cool $5,000. You could have had, 10 grand cheaper. You know what I'm saying? You got bust up for nothing. So with that said, hey man, I like what you said about the your financial partner, because when I do training, because I do training also, ain't got super heavy with the training like how on the magnitude of y'all training, but I do training also. When I do my training and I have people understanding, people needs to be accountable for as far as with your negotiation. Hey, you put other people in between you. So what I teach people is make sure you talk about your transaction coordinator department. The transaction coordinator is the one that put the deal, the structure of the deal together and bounce it to the financial department. The financial department, the ones that run the numbers together, they both come up with an agreement that makes sense for not only the seller, but makes sense for the company in general. So we're just the motherfuckers that's gathering the information, because we can't present no type of deal without getting the right information to the transaction coordinator. So I always put on the transaction coordinator and the financial department, which is two people. And if you're, doing everything yourself, then you are those people. You just have to make more than one of yourself and put it on another person, and the other person is still you. You just have to have a conversation with that other person with the right information.
So that's one thing that I always would tell people, right? And that goes back to the getting creative part, right? So with that being said, getting creative, let me tell you something. If a customer was beating me down over price, right? And we're not far, right? Let's just say we're 40 grand away from each other, right? And listen, it's not even about splitting the difference or anything like that. I'm sorry, I'm grabbing my charger because I'm gonna plug in right now. But it's not even a matter of splitting the difference or anything like that. It comes back to your financial partner. You're taking the pressure off of yourself and putting it on somebody else. So, one thing that I always tell people is hey, listen, I know you want to be at 150 or at 140, but I got to be at 100. But let me tell you something, right? Personally, at 100, it's only cost me 50 grand. I say that to say this because I have a financial partner. His name is Tino. He goes halves on everything with me, right? Who's also my brother, or you could say whatever. Now, I wouldn't lie. I'd just be like, hey, my older brother Tino, he buys these properties cash half with me, or whatever the case may be, right? So, hey, let me tell you something, right? I know that 140 isn't 100% doable. But this is what I'm going to do. Since I come out of pocket half, he comes out of pocket half, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to run to his office real quick and wish me luck now, because I'm going to run to his office real quick. I'm on the 7th floor. I'm going to hold his ass outside the window by his ankles like I'm Suge Knight and try to shake him down for some money. If I hit him for 20 grand, I'll come up 20 grand. You got your 140. We'll sign right now. Is that correct? Is that what I'm understanding? Yes. Now you're getting that verbal commitment. Hey, you know what? Wish me luck. Brief hold, whatever the case may be. Grab a drink, whatever. Hey, you know what? I got some good news and I got some not so good news. I'm gonna get you with the not so good news up front, right? Hey, the 140, we're not there, but I got as close to that number as I possibly could. Hey, listen, my finance partner, like I told you, 100 is what we feel comfortable doing. He didn't want to throw another penny at it, so that leaves us at 100. But me personally, I like you. I believe in this deal. I personally think that I could make something happen at 110. So I'm willing to come out of pocket an extra 10 grand, even though he's not. I'm willing to do an extra 10 grand. We'll at 110 grand. Can we go ahead and wrap this up today? Bro, I just took all the pressure off myself and put it on somebody that don't even fucking exist.
Right.
That's not even in the picture. You know what I mean? It's not that he doesn't exist. I just took the pressure off myself and put it on somebody that's not even in the picture. So now guess what? I came down I came back 30 grand less than what they wanted, and I'm not even the bad guy. To the contrary, I'm a superhero because I came up 10 grand.
Hey man. So I've had the opportunity to break bread with quite a few people, in this business, and I broke bread with people that was just, starting a business and trying to get their first deal also. But I've learned a lot from people that were already in the business, and were good with negotiation and stuff like that, and kind of taught me how to go back in for the price drop and stuff. So I've had moments where, like, I don't know if you know Byron the investor, but he's out here. Byron the investor, he's out here in my market, and there's been times where, I've like true story. It was a funny story. His team, he got a lead and I got a lead, but it was the same lead, and we got it from an individual. And we were actually, going after the same lead, because the person sent it to both of us and didn't tell us, hey, this is for such and such. So we both attack it. But he sent his boy on it, and I went on an appointment personally myself, right? So his guy named Jonathan, right? My name is Jonathan, but my name is Lupe. You feel me? So I'm Jonathan in real life.
Oh shit! I know it's going.
G, right?
Yeah.
So on my driver's license, it say Jonathan. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm telling the lady that I'm on the way. She said, "Okay, cool." Somebody did tell me Jonathan was supposed to be coming today. So I was like, "Oh, okay," but I ain't said nothing though.
You just played it off. You're just like, yeah, let me just get there. You know what I mean?
I'm G, so I'm on the way there. So I called Byron. I'm like, damn, Byron. I say, yeah, man, I'm on the way to this appointment. So I'm telling Byron about the appointment. I say, yeah, man, this lady, she got 2 houses. They on the same street. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's what's up. That's cool. So I'm talking to him about another deal that we trying to get closed that we was doing together. And I'm on the way to this appointment to try to get these 2 houses under contract. So I'm on my way there. So I'm telling Byron, I said, man, it look like somebody got a We Buy Houses car stuff out here and stuff like that. I said, man, well, let me see what the hell going on. I said, I'm gonna call you right back. Somebody at my appointment. The whole time I'm telling him about the whole appointment. He ain't paid no attention, right? of the goddamn appointment, right? So he ain't even thinking about he just sent his acquisition on this motherfucking appointment, and I'm on the way to the appointment. So I get there, the lady, I tell Byron I'm gonna hang up, call him back. I call the lady like I'm outside. She's like, yeah, I'm actually in here with Jonathan already. I say, oh no, this is Lupe. You see what I'm saying? I say, no, this is Lupe. Lupe, okay. Let me get through with him, and then I'll walk you through the properties, blah, blah, blah. So now she confused. She don't even know what's going on, but I'm jumping.
She's like, oh shit, who's who?
Damn time, right? So the lady walked Jonathan out, blah, blah, blah. Jonathan frowning up at me. What the fuck you doing at my appointment? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The lady got 2 for sale by owner signs in both the yards, and they right across the street from each other. She got tenants in both of them on month-to-month leases, right?
Yeah.
So he frowned up. He don't even really want to speak to me. This is before Corona, so we ain't had nothing to do with no Corona. He wasn't feeling me. You know what I'm saying? With the appointment, right? So I'm lock that shit up under contract. Goddamn. So he leaves. She walked me through the property, so I already done the number. So I'm like, ma'am, I give you this right here for the property if you sign me right now. You know what I'm saying? If not, then it may be a little different. You know, so she was like, okay, but she was like, I'm just gonna see what Jonathan say. I said, okay, cool. I said, you know, if you wait till tomorrow, then tomorrow gonna be a different price. Like right now, this is what I'm offering.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's if you sign right now. So she didn't sign. She called me like 2 days later, like, you still want the houses? I'm like, yeah, I want the houses. But I'm like, you know, I want the houses that I can do the houses at this price. I told you I can't do that. I tried to give you the sign right now price. You ain't want to do the sign right now price. So this is the price where I'm at now. Now this price where I was at, it was still possible for us to, you know, get us about, you know, about 10 to 15 bands. You know what I'm saying? If we played everything right and brought the right buyer in. So long story short, you know, we really wasn't getting no quick hits on it, like ready to jump on it and drop the earnest. We ain't get that right. So played this little good guy, bad guy role. And he was like, man, you gonna have to go in for the price drop. We got somebody in at this price right here. So she didn't tell me that it was a leak on the roof and that it was an AC unit, that the AC unit was fucked up, the central air. How she ain't tell me that? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when it came down to it, we had the people to go ahead and put up the earnest. I said, man, I ain't going for no price drop until we have something for sure. Get the earnest on the table, you know, and let's have the agreement ready. You know that
you're not playing with anybody.
So once they dropped the earnest, you know, I had hit the lady up and, you know, had to let her know, like, man, we supposed to close at this price right here, but you know, you didn't really tell me about this messed up AC unit and this leak that's in the ceiling, you know, on this house. You know, we gonna have to be thinking about roof damage, and on top of that, we have to think about this AC unit. You said both of the houses has central air. You know, this guy still got window units, so we have to consider putting a whole new unit in, and on top of that, figuring out where this leak coming from. So we're gonna have to be at this price right here, you know. And from there, she was pissed off, and I think she probably called Jonathan back. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing was, you know, once I told her when she come into an agreement with us, she was gonna have to take the for sale by owner signs off the yard, so that took away all her traction.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, once I'm signing, once we do the agreement, you know, from here on out, I do, you know, we ain't doing no more marketing on the property. You know, this is right here is me right here. You know, had her take them signs out within the next couple of days. But man, she had to call me back and come down to earth and was like, you know what? All right, you can close by when? I said we can close tomorrow. You know, so she came on with it and everything was good. You know, but
it'd be like that, bro.
Yeah, that was
like that.
That's where I learned how to negotiate and going in, you know, for the price drop. You know, that's very important. You know, that people know that, you know, sometimes you go and walk these properties, you don't even see the like when you first walk through the property, if you it's some things you don't see. When you take your buyer in there, you're gonna see some shit that you really ain't took sometime. And then right there is gonna ring like shit.
They're looking for it too, bro.
Attention. The thing is the buyer gonna bring it to your attention. So you know, it's up to you if they're gonna talk you down. The buyer gonna talk you down some, and or you gonna go renegotiate a little bit. It all depends on what you didn't catch. So make sure y'all doing the walkthroughs on these properties after you get it under contract. Because man, over here say, you know, you got to go to the house to get it under contract. They down to make it fun of you over there. You know, so the thing is becoming closers and closing them and locking them down on the phone. That way, you know, we already have a pre-commitment. And then, you know, once we assess the situation further, if we find some mishaps or some things that don't match up with what they had initially told us, then that's when we have the opportunity to have all the ammo to go for a price drop. So with that being said, since we're doing you've already been doing a lot of virtual things. I still wanted to know how have the coronavirus affected the negotiation tactics for acquiring properties, even though I know you kind of had transitioned. Did you transition before Corona or after Corona?
Man, I transitioned like 3-4 weeks before Corona hit.
Oh, okay. Okay, different right here. Yeah,
But again, it goes back. It just goes back to like what I said earlier. One of those five characteristics. You just got to be creative, man. You got to set yourself aside from what everybody else is doing, and also you got to be like a step ahead. Just like when you put me on the spot, man, role playing. I didn't have to think twice about what I was gonna say. I just fucking said it. You know what I mean? So
right.
with that being said, you just got to be creative. When they tell you, hey, whatever, we're not doing the Corona thing, or you're not going to come in and inspect this house because of coronavirus, blah, blah, blah. Hey, you know what? I completely get it. There's a pandemic going on. This is what I would say. Hey, I completely get it. There's a pandemic going on. So how about this?
Hold on. JD Chino. Man, come to my YouTube channel. It's pinned right there. Your boy on the live. I'm trying to get him over here to the YouTube, Facebook.
Get to the YouTube or the Facebook.
Right. Loopy G.
We need y'all here.
I pinned it right there. So look, my bro. So I know y'all got that big ass bell that y'all be hitting with the thing.
Oh, that gong.
Yeah, the gong. So man, let me ask you this: ring the bell. What's the most times you have gotten to hit the bell like in 1 month? So that means every time y'all that was a deal, right? You know what I'm saying?
I think I hit it. I was about to say, where's my phone? It's looking right at it.
Because they showed y'all doing it on the momentum if y'all attended momentum or if y'all haven't attended the momentum event, man, they actually showed a clip where everybody was ringing the bell. Man, y'all even had Grant Cardone come down and ring that motherfucker.
Grant Cardone was wearing the all-in hat, smacking the shit out of the gong, man. Some Jay-Z and some Kanye, or to some Kanye West. Not even Jay-Z, to Kanye West. And man, you know what? If I click out of this, I think it was 15 in one shot. It was like 12 or 15 between the two in one shot for the month when all of them had closed, because we were hitting them for closed deals and stuff like that, right? So and contracts as well too, but we transitioned to closed deals, like deals that were real, because sometimes, like, let's face it, man, sometimes you get some unwind. Sometimes you do think it is a deal, you get it under contract, and then for whatever reason, the farts start coming out of the blanket later on, and you start seeing things that you didn't see before. You know what I mean?
Hey, that bus say the farts start coming out of the blanket. Hey, man, man, the farts start coming out of the blanket. That right there is crazy. So you've been a witness to you've been a witness to not being
to having some unwinds.
Be falling through on you and shit like that. So like, so within 1 month you said like 15, 16 times. 16.
Yeah, it's on video. That's what I was gonna say. If I could click out and check it, but it's on video. I'll send it out to you.
Lose you dropping that, you spin that fire right now. We don't want you to go nowhere, man.
I'm here, bro.
Cause we believe you. So you say about 15, 16 deals that month. What do you?
I think it was like 12 to 15 in that one video. It's on video. Our production team came in. I'm smashing it to sicko mode. Like I'm playing the Travis Scott album right now as we do this, man. My speaker back here. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna send it to you, man. It's nice. I posted it. So check this out. For my 30th birthday, I'm 30, right? For my 30th birthday, June 28th, I did it like a 30 for 30. So I posted different videos, like different clips of me hitting the gong, but 30 different times, man. I have it saved on my phone. I'm gonna send it out to you, man. I'm gonna post it tomorrow, man. So for me, man, hitting the gong was an awesome thing, man, because like you get to show your shit, man, in front of everybody. It's not just a matter of, hey, I made deals. It's like, yo, it's fucking real. And at the end of the day, man, that's the culture that you have in your office. You know what I mean? It's not about rubbing it in people's faces. It's a matter of I'm celebrating my wins. And at the end of the day, it's not like the car business, bro, where people want you to fail, right? Because if you're failing, that's giving them an opportunity to eat. And here, the opportunity's in abundance. So when I'm hitting the shit out of the gong, bro, my whole squad's behind me like, yeah, screaming, you know what I mean? Going ham. And like, bro, that just makes me want to go harder. You know what I mean?
It was way more cutthroat. Like people did not want to see you win in the car business.
Yeah. Yep. You could.
Ugly.
Go ahead, Tino. Let them know in the comments if I'm capping. The car business, bro, is very, very toxic, bro. The car business could be very toxic. Yeah, Glenn's seen it. The car business could be very toxic, right? Because like I said, think about it like this, man. It's one of you against 60 other people. Now, mind you, it's not just who gets in front of the person first. Politically, there's a system in place on a computer that it's a rotation. You follow the rotation. But if I go through the rotation with 60 motherfucking salespeople, I may not even get a chance, an opportunity to even get up on the rotation and see somebody today. So the question is did I show up today to work to watch a fucking screen count down for me to have an opportunity? Or do I need to find an opportunity here? So either I went to the BDC, it's called the Business Development Center, where it's just a room with phones and computer screens. And all you're doing is just your CRM. You're just sitting there smiling and down, right? So I would either, there you go, Santino, no cap. I would sit there and either smile and down. Now, mind you, I fucking hate phone calls. I got ADHD, bro. I can't just sit in one place for more than 2 minutes, right? So I
for a fact.
yeah, you already know that. Look at me. I'm just rocking back and
forth. I shot a video about that shit. I couldn't even post it because I think it's like too long. But I did a motivation yesterday. But go ahead and finish your story. I'll tell you.
Man, so I couldn't do that. And I remember one time my brother popped up around the corner and I forgot what I was doing. I was like on Instagram, right? And, I was on Instagram. Or no, it was Angry Birds, bro. It was late. It was like later in the afternoon, whatever. Like we're all winding down, but we're still very much so in the fucking trenches, or should be, right? I was playing Angry Birds, man. I remember one day my brother walked up. He's like, "Yo, is Angry Birds gonna pay your fucking bills?" You know what I mean? So I had to learn the tough way to kind of just stay on track. So make it so. Get the fuck on the fucking phones and smile and dial. Set appointments. Get people into this dealership asking for you to sell them fucking cars. So that's what you would do in the room full of phones. So for me, I had a hard time doing that, bro. Like I can't do that. I feel like a caged animal. You know what I mean? So with that being said, what did I do? I just start slithering around the car lot. If there's customers' cars parked there, if there's car, you know what I would do? As I'm watching both entrances, and not a single car would drive up to my fucking lot without me seeing it with all four of my eyes, right? Because I had eyes on everything, right? So I'd be crouched in between cars, bro, waiting, just plotting. And as soon as a car comes up, I'm slowly making my way, making sure none of the other salesmen, because there's eyes everywhere in the car business, bro. I'm telling you, there's 60 salesmen hungry, wanting to eat. They're paying attention to everything. And here I come sliding. And as soon as I make eye contact with them, as soon as they pop up out of their car, boom, I stand up. How you doing? Welcome to Chevrolet. My name is Randy. Are you here to see anybody? Nope. Great. Come with me. And I just took that person's opportunity. Literally just slithered my way in.
So you popped up in front of them. Going through the car lot, through the dealership car lot, like literally like a
bro, I've sat in cars, bro. I've sat in cars, like our cars that been taken on test drives and they got parked in customer parking instead of like back to where they got them from. So they're dealership cars, so they're unlocked. I've literally sat in cars, rolled the seat back, and just paid attention to the rearview mirror, angled it so I could see an entrance, just like a motherfucking pop back up on that motherfucker and get right in front of somebody, bro.
Man, so man, like, bro, man, that shit, that right there, crazy, man. But man, I ain't gonna lie, like the way you describe the car salesman and working in the dealership and the hustle from there, then transitioning to the hustle from here, like, man, that's a big difference. Like that's a big difference, and that's a complete twist and turn and change. So that's gonna lead me to asking you this right here, changing gears to mentoring and mentorship. Do you feel like you will miss running the acquisition role and acquiring properties now that you didn't switched over and you're more focused on getting people in to actually showing them the structure of this business, how to catapult themselves and their business partners if they have any, but just catapulting their businesses and stuff like that. Like, when you
man, I'm so fucking glad you asked me that question, Loopy. I'm so glad you asked me that question, right? Because I literally was just talking about this to Carlos earlier today, man, on Instagram. We're DMing each other. I just expressed them. I just in one sentence, I said, man, I'm so happy where I'm at. All I said, right? So I said that to say this. In acquisitions, like I said, I was helping people once or in multiple ways, but in one scenario, right? versus now taking somebody that says, hey man, like I've tried everything, I don't know what I'm doing, or hey, I'm looking for something new, but this is the life that I want, right? Or this is what I'm looking to achieve, and helping them, or somebody that's already like, yo, I'm already doing it, but I got to get to the next level. I got to get on your guys' level, or higher than you guys, whatever the case may be. Like, bro, that for me is so gratifying, hearing somebody like, man, I had a, man, it's so gratifying, bro, having somebody tell you thank you because of what you showed me or because of what you facilitated. Look around, I'm all right. So for instance, I want to bring a name up, Sean and Monica Chapman. These people were so amazing. I helped them. You met them in Denver. I think I put you in touch with them, right?
Dallas.
Yep, or Dallas. Sorry, I keep saying I don't even. Denver's not even in Texas, bro. You see how much I don't get out. But in Dallas, and man, like these people earlier this year, bro, they were doing it, but they weren't crushing it, right? And we had a missed opportunity between both parties, and then it just clicked for him. I had him come out to closers only, the sales training, because he wasn't ready for momentum. He was doing everything in his power to come to momentum, right? And I was doing everything in my power to get him to momentum in March, but he just wasn't there yet. He was doing it, but he wasn't crushing it. He wasn't there yet. Missed the opportunity. Next thing was closers only. They were still on the fence. His wife was on the fence more than anything. I had him come out to closers only virtually. I said, hey, the only way I'm going to do this for you is if wife sits in it with you. That's the only way I'm going to do it for you. He's like, all right, cool, man. He shows up, man. It was, no, not the only way. I told you, like, I highly encourage you to get your wife on here. Let me talk to your wife, right? Because at the end of the day, she's a decision maker too. It's just like a house, right? Hey, is there any other decision makers in this picture? If so, how do I get in touch with them so I can answer any questions they may have, right? So I said, hey, Monica, Miss Chapman, I invite you to come out. Man, they went to that one event and just started locking up deals. So when it was time for momentum, it wasn't a matter of, hey, how can we make this make sense for you? He was like, I called. He was in the car with his wife. She said, oh, shit, it's Randy. I said, hey, guys, it's time for momentum. They said, run it. No questions asked, right? Came to momentum. Bro, like you just met them the other day. They are absolutely crushing it. And momentum was just like in September 11th and 12th.
Right.
So momentum has created so many seven-figure earners, right? And that is like our event of all events. So that is something like I speak highly of everything, right? Because I truly believe in what we do. It's obviously working, right? So and there's no like, it's all like, bro, it's gravy. We're getting to help so many people in the process, and that's what feels so amazing, right? So these people, man, it's not even a matter of how can it make sense. Like these people are ready for next steps with our, with our team, right? Which is going to be very soon, which is amazing, man. Because like I said, it went from earlier this year to, hey man, bro, I don't have the money or whatever the case may be, or I can't do this, I can't do that, to, man, we're hugging it out. And this dude's crying. I'm crying in his arms. And he's telling me, bro, thank you so much, Randy. Like, because you stayed on top of me. Now I'm on top of everything, right? Now, like I'm crushing it. And guess what? My wife is on board with me more than ever.
Right.
And that's amazing, bro. That's amazing.
Hey, so I ain't gonna lie, like I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Man, it was amazing being able to, like, this is my first time meeting you, you know what I'm saying? Like in person, everything. So like when you say, well, you got ADHD, you can't sit still, well, your ass was pew, 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 pew. Well, I'm like that too. You know what I'm saying? But you really showed me what to do. And one of the things that, like I'm telling you, bro, like I shot a 30-minute video and I couldn't post it, I guess because the video too long, because it was going to my motivation from Lupe for the day. And I was actually in the kitchen chopping up food and shit, cooking and shit. And man, I was actually speaking about the experience that I had with you just on the Tino telling me, hey, come out to Donovan event, and everything that I have witnessed. Like it was a lot of people that making powerful moves, in business period that was there, and even met people that were legends, that I didn't even know about. And like the crazy thing was, you showed me what to do, and then you like, man, I fuck with you, cause man, you like everybody you knew, and you don't know who Lupe is. You ain't never,
you fucking tripping.
man, like you can get that, you can pay for that type of love right there, man. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But you know what, Loopy?
Hey, bro, you look, hold up.
Go ahead.
You showed me like don't like I ain't never been scared. Like I tell it, like I fuck with the people, so people know what I do. But you told, like you really showed me to tell everybody, don't pass nobody up. Walk to everybody, tell everybody what you do, who you is, man. I'm like, that's what you. But if it wasn't that goddamn Corona, boy, shoot,
man, I'd be hugging and kissing everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, honestly, like you was rocking with me pretty much 90% of the night, man. And it's what I do, man. Like you saw me, I couldn't walk a few feet without somebody grabbing me. You know what I mean? And honestly, like at the end of the day, like that's just an opportunity. Hey Randy, how you doing? Blah 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 blah. I'm good. Hey, have you met my boy Loopy? And let me tell you something about Loopy, right? Randy and Loopy. Right, because I like Loopy before I even texted you. The first time I ever talked to you was through a text. Remember, I sent you a message like, "Oh yeah." The only reason why is because my brother put a stamp on you. Like that is huge. I said, "Hey, who's this guy, Loopy G? Didn't you say like you were gonna be on some guy's show named Loopy G?" I didn't even like at that point. Like I was new to business development. He's like, "Yo, that's Loopy. Don't just dead the lead so nobody calls him. I'm gonna fuck with him." You know what? Actually, how about you reach out and introduce yourself to Loopy? He's never told me to do that to somebody, bro. That's why I texted you on some, like, not even on some professional shit, like, yo, Loopy, what's up, man? It's Randy, Tino's little brother with All In, blah, 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 blah. And the rest is history, man. So when I finally met you in person, bro, it honestly, it felt like I didn't even need to get to know you. It felt like I already knew you, bro. Because, and it's not like we didn't even talk that much, bro, in between time. It's just, I felt like I knew you.
Bro, it's like we've been hanging together forever. So,
yeah.
Like, for people that was there at the event, probably would have thought that we just been hanging around each other and shit forever. And the shit was weird because that was the first day that we actually ever just really been around each other, even talk for more than 5 minutes or whatever, bro. The shit was crazy. And then what was even more wild, you know, the type of support and shit, bro, we were bouncing around like we was like we knew each other.
I made sure. Yep, I made sure if somebody was talking to Randy, they was gonna talk to Loopy too, man.
Man, hey man, you know, and that shit right there, like that's super cool, and you don't get like that, like that's damn near how it was when I met David Lecco from Deal Machine, because like David was super supportive of me, like man, that was my bro, you know what I'm saying? Before we even really got a chance to talk, so it was like when I linked up with like you and your brother and shit like that, it kind of reminded me of the same exact type of interaction that I had with David and Lise and everybody from Deal Machine. Man, I'm talking about with open arms, just accepted me, fuck with me to the fullest, to the max.
Yeah.
Elise and I actually have a show. We're trying to come up with a jingle, like a jingle, like to start up the show. Like we have a show every other Monday with Deal Machine, and you know, like bro, like. I appreciate the love and support to the
not a problem, man.
Everybody who I was, that shit was fire. I was like, but like what it did was show me not to skip through people. Make sure I tell everybody, because the crazy thing was like you was introducing me to people that I have been seeing on my ads on my YouTube, like people that run ads on YouTube and show. Like, hey, they got this training available, that training available. People that y'all under All In have mentored. You feel me? So it was like, it wasn't weird. It was like, okay. I'm like,
and bro, that for me, bro, I was like,
you hear
proud to do that.
Popping up, this nigga be popping up on my ads and shit. Now we trying to watch my YouTube videos. You know, like just over the past few months, I've been running into these people, even influential people that talk about affirmations and mindset and stuff like that. Those ads, I've been running into those people in the streets also, because there's people that like they in Houston and other places, and they come travel here. I've been running into these places because I eat different and shit like that. Like I eat healthy and shit like that. So some people are on that same type of mental frame of mind, that mindset to where they want to stay healthy so they can enjoy their wealth and shit. Just like when you said you trim down and shit like that. I was a little heavy. I was like 40, 50 pounds heavier because I used to I used to drink cough syrup and shit. So I was a little chubby, but I had went big.
Methazine.
Yeah. I only drink loopy water, which is
There you go.
panel. I will begin to deal with these people sometime.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta tag them. You gotta keep tagging them, bro.
Right. So yeah. So my thing is, hey man, I've been running into a lot of influential individuals, and to be able to run into them, and just not too long ago seeing them on my ads, popping up on my ads on YouTube, and then I'm running around, pew 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 pew.
They're having the intro, bro. They're having the intro.
I'm like shit. Yeah. The shit was crazy.
It's like,
and then, look, knowing that some of these people knew of me, and I really didn't know of them, and some of these people like heavy in the business and stuff. Like I'm always like open to recepting. I'm receptive to that, like to the utmost, and then like I'm very humble, so I breathe in, real deeply because. I come from the streets and I'm a living legend, you feel me? And the main thing is that I'm still living, and the next thing is for sure I'm a legend. So it's not about the popularity thing with me. It's that people really know that I add a different type of value to the community, and people not looking at me as if I'm just off the chain. I'm not off the chain no more, I'm a different type of individual. I'm first and foremost making sure that I'm adding value to the community and to the market. Is a total field right now. So with that being said, bro, explain the feeling you had when finding out that the All In family is built also on a spiritual foundation, man. This is a question that I asked your brother too, because man, like even hey, bro, we seen some crazy shit that night. And even Carlos, Carlos Red, like that nigga went with that bullshit. He was like, man, make sure everything's all right, man. I got to stay peaceful. I
got to see my family tomorrow morning.
Right. So
I gotta fly in.
Like so like when shit was getting retarded around there, like Carlos was, man, make sure everything all right. They all right, cool, man. I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? So like seeing the way y'all move, and seeing that hey y'all brotherhood and y'all family is more on a spiritual foundation. Y'all really focused on mindset, the abundance thinking, the selflessness, and making sure people are.
That's it. God family hustle.
So explain the feeling you had when you just seen that it was something different. This shit wasn't like the fucking car dealership, my bro. This shit wasn't like the fucking car dealership.
It took a minute, right? Because before I even started, bro, let me tell you, my brother already told this story, but yeah, before I even started, my brother called me. He's like, man, I don't know about this motherfucker named Adrian, bro. He's just way too happy to help me, man. He's way too happy to help me, and he's like doing everything. And I tell him like, yo, teach me how to do this. He's like, yo, you're doing a great job. Just keep going, man. Just keep going. Just keep pushing. Like, come to me for help. Again, in the car business, you would think ulterior motive. They want to take half your deal. That's it. That's all. That, bro, I could literally walk up to somebody and say, hello, my name is Randy. Pleasure to meet you. After the fucking salesman literally walked them to the desk, and I could look at them and say half deal, just to bully them. You know what I mean? I was a bully in the car business, not so much anymore. But with that being said, I remember Tino calling me and said, yo, this guy's way too happy to help me, blah, 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 all this stuff. And this is what led to me joining the team, right? My brother told me, he's like, hey, bro, I was in corporate. I told him, man, whatever. I'm feeling like I'm going to die here. Like I'm a caged animal. He said, man, let me make sure it is what it truly is before I bring you up.
You be thinking people too nice to you. You think people trying to fuck you up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro. Exactly. And that's like
motherfuckers saying, yeah, come on, follow me down the yellow brick road. Like,
yeah, bro. These dudes was trying to hold our hands and walk us to the finish line.
Yeah, that shit is weird when certain people is really kind of used to being in survival mode. Nigga, that shit is weird than a motherfucker. That should have fucked with you a little bit, like you try to. I need to fuck
bro,
you up.
I told my brother when he told me this, he's like, bro, I don't get it. And I was like, bro, Keep an eye on it, man. But don't think too much about it because we already know where that goes, man. You don't say anything, man. Them motherfuckers can everybody's just gonna take advantage of you, right? Because that's the car business, right? If they can, they will.
But this
Even the owners of the car business, bro, when it comes to payday, if they can, they will. That's why you got to pay attention to everything in the car business. It's not corporate, bro.
different though, bro. The all shit is different, bro.
So check this out. So that's when I joined the team and I started realizing like, oh man, these people are just a different, like cut from a different cloth, right? And then I saw the God, the family, the hustle, the this, the that, the post. Let's face it, bro. It's just like gurus, man. Everybody be selling shit, but not everybody be in the trenches, right? Same exact thing. I seen these people and I was like, yo, I started paying more attention, and honestly, bro, since being with these guys since last year, man, I've been closer to God than ever. It's amazing. It's amazing, bro. I pray, I do everything. I talk to God every single day. And it was never forced or anything. Carlos didn't even invite me. It was Adrian, bro. We was chilling one day in the office. We were getting ready to leave. And he said, hey, bro, it was Saturday. It was Saturday because we come in early on Saturdays and leave early on Saturdays, right? We work 6 days a week. And he's like, hey, bro, tomorrow morning we're going to church. And this was after like a month or two of working there. So he had to get to know me first before he invited me to his church too. You know what I mean? He was like, hey, bro, tomorrow we're going to be going to church. Like, if you want, you can come. I want you to know like there's an open invitation, but no pressure, right? I showed up the next day, man. I just started going, man. And now like, bro, I don't even go to the church. I don't even go to church with them. I'll either watch it virtually or sometimes I don't even watch it virtually, man. Like I talk to God every day, bro. So honestly, man, seen it and realizing that they're so different, bro. And it's like, it's not even cap, like actually seeing it with your own fucking eyes, bro. Because let's face it, man, you could be whoever the fuck you want to be on the internet, but seeing it with your own eyes and like knowing, bro, I'm all in at that point, right? Well, there's no better way to say it, man. Like I'm sold. Like, yo, sign me up. Like you guys are good people. You know what I mean? I'm learning from y'all. So spirituality is something big, and it's not for everybody, right? That's why me personally, man, I don't talk too much about it on the internet and stuff like that, because it's not everybody, man. I'm not here to convince anybody. Yo, like I got my faith and I'm cool. You know what I mean?
Right. So like they do a lot of stuff like going in nature. Do you like go out like in the mountains and stuff like in the caves and stuff? You doing all that stuff? Cause that shit right there, fire, bro.
Yeah, bro. I be wearing my beads. I be wearing my rocks, bro. Shit, man. Look at this, man. Look at this shit, bro. Look at this.
Hey, like
I carry my rock on me, my rose quartz. This is my gratitude rock, bro. Every time I pull this out, man, you know what, Loopy? I'm grateful that I'm grateful to have the honor to be on your show today, bro. So every time I pull this out of my pocket, man, I think of something I'm grateful for. And I never leave the fucking house without my rock. Not a single day.
Right.
For years now.
So that's something you found like out while you was out in the canyons and stuff like that?
Yeah. So we go to Sedona. Alex and I were just talking about it when we was in Dallas. He looked at me and said, hey, bro, we need another Sedona trip, man. That guy pretty much lives out there, bro. You fuck around finding floating on top of a mountain. But, we do that. Like, yeah, we go out there to Sedona and stuff. My brother and I went for like the day after Thanksgiving or something last year. And the next thing you know, like 15 of these fools showed up after us, you know what I mean? And met up with us.
So
yeah, we be doing that.
When y'all out there, man, I know like the vibrations and the frequency is totally different, when you out there, man. Mm-hmm. And I know it's just a totally different type of energy, and it hits you different to where while y'all out there, it is a certain type of field that can't really be explained. I want to know, if you can kind of share a little bit how it feels when y'all out there, the
vortex energy.
Like the little things that y'all may see that may give y'all that wow moment or something like that. Hit us with some of that stuff right there, man.
You know what's funny, man, and people could think whatever they want, whether it's corny or not. But one thing that I took from Alex, because I've been to Sedona a couple times before I actually went with the guys, right, with like the all-in team. But one thing that I took from Alex is when we were getting ready, we're already walking this trail, getting ready to climb up like 80 million mountains and shit, you know what I mean? And he said, hey, bro, like we did some breathing exercises before to kind of clear ourselves out and stuff like that. And he said, hey, man, while you're looking around and you're seeing all these twisted trees, because the trees be growing twisted like spiral because of the vortex energy out there, right? He said, hey, man, one thing that I really want you to really focus on is like the man of your dreams, right? Like you are the man of your dreams. What is the man of your dreams? Like the ultimate higher self, Randy. How does he love people? How do people love him? What does he do for these people? These are things that I want you to think, right? These are things I want you to think. And then when you find yourself like strain off of that. Bring yourself back. Again, I'm the man of my dreams. What is the man of my dreams? How does he treat his spouse? How does he treat whatever? How does he move? Really? What's his way of life? You start envisioning that, and you start thinking that, and you start thinking, and you keep replaying it. And again, thoughts become things, man. As corny as people want to say it is, bro. Like we live in a world where we're all just frequencies. You know what I mean?
Right.
You think bad shit's gonna happen to you, right?
Right.
And I'm not a pessimist. I think I'm a very realistic person, right? Either a work or it don't work, right? But at the same time, like again, I'm big on, again, what you put out there is what you will receive. You know what I mean?
Right. So look, man, check this out. Do you think you'll be transitioning more towards mentorship than being a closer, or will that be an even balance somewhere? You know what I'm saying? Because like I was around you in Dallas, y'all motherfuckers are still closed. Y'all closed. You know what I'm saying? Y'all were playing. You know what I'm saying? And like y'all were playing like you weren't closing no real estate deals. You know, but y'all still closing some shit. You know, so
Yeah. So
yeah.
that's something that actually we had a conversation about maybe 48 hours after Dallas. My brother. I got a phone call from my brother, literally chilling here on this bed right here. My brother's calling me, so I got to take it. Hey, I got Carlos on three-way real quick. He wants to tell you something. You know what I mean? And I'm just proving myself left and right. So me personally, I'm not a mentor, but as far as like that type of stuff, you know, like pretty much doing what my brother does, I think that's the question you're asking, because my brother does all the high level shit. You know what I mean? I'm just getting there. So it's really amazing that you asked me that, Lupe. I'm glad you asked me that, because just like 48 hours after that Dallas, I get that phone call from Tino and Carlos is like, hey bro, like people really love this out there, man. And you're like, I want you to start taking on more, bro. Like, I feel like you're ready, man. Like, what do we got to do for you to get you there? You know what I mean?
Right.
So we went to Dallas last week, and then, like I said, more opportunities opening up for me, man. Just because like I put that out there, bro. Like, I'm here to just win and help everybody. So let's talk about this, bro. Let's talk about what I got going on. So we just did Dallas, you know, and as you see, I got my pit bull, and she looked like a gangster rapper, and she's passed out, man. She got bust down chain, gold chains, two Tessie right now. She got a gold and a silver chain on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
chilling.
So with that being said, man, like I met these awesome people, man, through literally buying one of those chains on the internet, bro. We just so happen to live like 10 minutes from each other, bro. Like I found this number on the internet. We happen to live 10 minutes from each other, bro. They bought a pit bull store out here. They opened their second one out there, man. Bro, this is my first real dog, man, and I'm hosting a dog show this coming Saturday, man. They invited me to host their whole show, and they're expecting 2K plus people throughout the day from 10 to 5 p.m., bro. So, man, I have that going on, and then the following week, man, we're going back to Texas, man. So, like I said, it's a beautiful thing, bro, because now it comes down to like, hey, how can you replace yourself, Randy, so you can move up?
So what do you just become? So you think you're just forming into just a brand?
As far as myself, or like all in, or what?
Right. Because because you're talking about the dog show and stuff like that. There's a lot of pieces now. So a lot of people want Randy to be a part of a lot of things. So what's the next move as far as like the mentorship or just being a closer period? Because you just closing deals in different types.
I just close whatever, yeah. So and honestly, like as a closer, that's the way of life, bro.
That's a deal. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's a deal. You closed on that. However it happened, whether the deal closed you or you closed that deal, that's still a deal that's closed. So you're still a closer in that sense. So I just want to know, like, what's the direction that all unofficial Randy is really going to be heading towards? Because like you looking like you leaning towards the mentorship, but like it's like you haven't outdid yourself when it comes to being a closer. Like you still have a whole lot more in you, and that whole lot more for being a closer. And you're gonna be closing more high level shit. So my thing is it gonna stay on the close, or you want to kind of go towards more of the mentorship and education by the masses? Which one is you thinking gonna balance each other out or outweigh each other? What?
I want to honestly, man. Like I said, we're getting ready for me to take on some more and learn some more, so I could be doing more, right, closing more, but also at the same time passing on my work to somebody else or whatever the case may be, right. So, and that hopefully will come sooner than later, right? I believe it. And with that being said, man, like I'm gonna be. And Carlos just said it himself, man. I want you to be working side by side with your brother Tino, bro. I want y'all to be working on the same shit. You know what I mean? And then obviously Tino moves up. He does other things too. But now it's like I'm alleviating some of the stuff off of Tino.
Right.
So it's like, yo, how are you going to replace Tino, and who's going to replace you, or what goes where? You know what I mean? Because
Right.
I feel like you're already ready to start stepping up. Like, bro, I started in this department in like February, man, of this year, and what 9 months later, bro, like we're having these conversations, man. Like this is amazing, bro. Like again, opportunity, man. It's not just because like I'm with All In, because like, man, I bring so much to the table for these guys, so they continuously help me grow. So ultimately, man, I'm always looking to grow with these guys, man, and take it to next levels, obviously, because collectively we can accomplish so much together. We've done so much, man. You know how much damage gets done out of this 3-bedroom home right now with my brother and I living in it?
Straight up.
It's crazy, bro.
Tell me about it. Tell us about it.
So,
I just want to know. I'm pretty sure people are looking forward to seeing what's next. With the All In camp, but everybody is still growing. Respectively as individuals. So I definitely want to know. Your thought process as far as the mentorship and education versus just straight closing motherfuckers all day, no matter what the situation may be. I know the code part of you is not going to change, but that there's the biggest shit deals that you haven't got to yet. There's multi-million-dollar motherfucking deals that you ain't got to yet. Whereas in a fucking line for one fucking deal, and I know you ready to get to that point where you're closing those motherfuckers right there, because everybody that's closes be waiting to slap
them the opportunity. And again, like these people were nice enough to help me, or to ask me to host their show, but you don't think All In's gonna be in there in the booth?
Right.
You know what I mean? Come on, man. Like at the end of the day, we got to figure it out how it's a win-win for everybody, man. This personal for me trying to help these people. Like I personally love these people. They've done so much for me and my dog, man, in the past, bro. That like, hey, I'm gonna throw them a ball. I'm gonna help them out, whatever, right? But hey, real quick, like, is there a way that we can get in there too as a whole? Yeah. All right, great. Guess what? We're in. You know what I mean?
Right.
So ultimately, man, I'm hosting the show on the 7th. It's in Mesa, Arizona, man. I know you're a big dog guy, bro. So if you want to come up, man, come down. Man. We're gonna have a good time, bro. It's this coming Saturday. We're expecting like $2,000 plus people, right? There's 40, 50 contestants. We got like 50 booths out there, man. And I'm just gonna be on the mic all day, man. I'm gonna have my dog with me. I'm gonna be on the mic all day, just getting lit. Obviously, you know what it's like to be someone in public with me.
Bro, you don't stop, and the good thing about it is shit, I don't stop neither, you know what I'm saying? But I have to stop play home like 2 times, we're rolling to like 2 in the morning. So
you kept trying to leave. I'm like, come here.
Hey. So I know that there's a time where you have to get your thought processes together. We talked about how do you say the place where y'all go in the
Sedona?
Sedona. I go to Sedona and things like that. But I want to know, do you meditate? And if so, what's your favorite go-to meditation spot? Because that's being more intimate with who you really are. And what you think about and where you at when you're thinking about those certain things. I want to hear about that.
You know what's funny, man? Obviously, we love going to Sedona because the energy out there, right? But I don't just go there to meditate, right? And that's not the only place I'll meditate. I'll meditate here at the house, right? But for me, bro, like it's got to be extremely quiet, man. I do meditate, but for me, it's got to be extremely quiet because I could have everything, even my music being low, but I could have 50 million thoughts going on in my head. So if you got to hear a pin drop in a room for me to be able to meditate, right? It's not like nature where you just can't hear anything but birds and wind. And like, that's the type of stuff that gets you going. You know what I mean? So for me, man, like I do meditate, man, and it's got to be extremely quiet. And sometimes it's even hard with my dog. She don't even bark, but she snores, bro. Like when she sleeps. So, that's hard for me, man. So It's just got to be quiet, bro, because sometimes I have a hard time with my ADHD escaping my own thoughts and turning them down. So the only way I could turn them down is really, really focus on what's going on here and here, man. Is with everything completely gone. No devices, no vices, no nothing. Just me and myself, bro. So yes, I do meditate. I can meditate anywhere, bro. I believe anybody can meditate anywhere, man. There's no secret sauce, man. Just fucking get in touch with yourself. Get to know yourself a little better. You know what I mean?
Right. So, your brother paint, your brother be painting and stuff. He like a baby Picasso. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
like Michelangelo. So, did Michelangelo do paint?
Yeah, I think Michelangelo. I don't know, man. I
I
know
know
it's
Picasso
Picasso.
just goddamn paint. He didn't try to, Picasso.
Dude, bro.
All right, so that's his hobby. We know I done had him on a couple times. I always ask him about his paint because he be doing fly shit. You know what I'm saying? What are some of your hobbies?
So Tino's always been an artist. Sorry, scratching her chains. But Tino's always been an artist, man. For me, like, and people are gonna think this is extremely cheesy, bro, because there be so many memes and shit going on about this, man. But ultimately, bro, you know what's a stress reliever for me? You know what I like doing, bro? I like playing video games, man. I like being left the fuck alone and just playing video games, bro. Because you know why? Because again, I don't got to think about anything, right? Like I could literally just forget about everything. And some people, like, I used to love going to the gym. I lost 100 pounds, but I haven't gone to the gym in a couple of years now. So it's like that used to be therapeutic for me. Now I can't. The thought of going to the gym, I'm sorry, man. The thought of going to the gym kind of like isn't that appealing for me unless I force myself to go.
You know, Charlie look heavy.
Bruh, so we got the gold one. I got more out there. I got the gold ones. We got the silver bust down one.
Okay.
And then I got a black version of this one out there, a thin one, and then I got a 24 karat gold plated version of this bust down one with a matching leash. Man, my dog is so dripped out, bro. These people at the pit bull store, man, they hook her up, man. They love her there.
Bro, we gonna have to talk, man. I gotta get honey.
Yeah.
Well, I got some dogs that's fine, man. They all
Carlos, yeah, bro. These things are sick. Carlos wants to get a couple for his Rots and his Frenchie too.
So, oh, he got your brother got a Frenchie?
No, Carlos got 2 Rots and a Frenchie.
Okay. So look, man. Can you give us a sneak peek at what's next from the dynamic duo, which is you and your bro? Well,
man,
like what's next? Because I know y'all plot on some major shit. I know y'all just not sitting there. Y'all really not masterminding and brainstorming. So I want to know if you can give us something, without pissing your brother off. Like, man, we wasn't supposed to say shit.
Yeah. Honestly, bro, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not even gonna cap. It's not even we're about to drop this or we're gonna go do that. Honestly, bro, like I'm not gonna lie. I am so how do I say it? Not just incredibly lucky, man, but I'm looking forward, man, to being able to learn more from my brother, right? So I can move up within my position and continuously move up, because with that means more bread, right? And it means more solutions for people as well too. So with that being said, man, what's next from the dynamic duo? I mean, just stay fucking tuned, man. I'm so new to business development, right? I'm just scratching the surface, and look at me, man. Look at me. That was my first event, bro. Like, that was my first time going out of town. Like, the events that we've gone to were my events. Were our events. The events that I personally packed myself, bro. You know what I mean? Smiling and dialing. You know what I mean? So to be able to join somebody else's event, and you obviously saw the type of love, man, that shows me that I'm doing something right. I'm making a difference in enough people's lives, man, where they take a notice to that type of shit. You know what I mean? So I just say, man, stay tuned, because this business development, man, like, we are just barely scratching the surface, man. There's this next year is going to be absolutely crazy for us.
Hey, and talking about that, let's talk about upcoming events from you guys.
Absolutely.
Momentum was fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, momentum was fire. And
I'm glad you liked it.
Y'all actually had the closers event, which was on October the 7th. And y'all couldn't even be at y'all own event, because
I wasn't even at my own event that I sold, bro.
Right. So break a little bit down to the people that missed out on the momentum and then missed out on the closers event, and then let them know what's up and coming, from you guys.
Absolutely. So what's next for Momentum? Well, we've got some things in the works, right? But let's talk about what's set in concrete. So I'm glad you brought up Momentum, man. I'm glad you liked it. Let's face it, the last in-person Momentum we did was earlier this year, and we literally made it through the skin of our teeth, right? Like 48 hours after Momentum, that's when everything got shut down, right? For COVID. So we've had to go virtual. It's been a blessing, man, in disguise, because ultimately, let's face it, Momentum, there's never been more 7-figure earners created, right, at any other event other than Momentum. You saw the sauce, bro. You got the sauce. You know what I mean? So with that being said, we're showing case studies. We're transparent. We're not holding back, because at the end of the day, there's plenty to go around, and we're here to help. You know what I mean? We didn't get our reputation just by saying we do shit, just by saying we help people. You know what I mean? So I'm glad you brought up Momentum. We're doing another one January 15th and 16th virtually, right? Let's face it, Corona's happening. A lot of people can't, a lot of people are still scared, right? And a lot of people, and then there's people that are like, man, I feel like a caged animal. I want to get out, right? That was me. That was me in Dallas. Oh my God, there's people around here. You know what I mean? So with that being said, we're doing another virtual Momentum. The beauty of it is, again, it's $5,000 just for general admission in person. But the beauty of it is you're getting the same sauce for a fraction of the price. Right now, I mean, man, we're charging $2,500 for this 2-day virtual intensive. And that's not even early bird prices. We're at $1,897 flat out the door for early bird prices, and you still got a couple months. So we do have a set amount of early bird deals that we're doing, right? So if anybody is interested in securing their bag, or even just talking to me, I mean, if you're even remotely interested, or even think, let's just reach out to me. Let's hop on a call. I'll give you a phone call, or you give me a phone call. Let's hop on a call, and let's just see if we're a good fit. At the end of the day, we're here to help you. If you're not a good fit for Momentum, I'm still going to point you in the right direction, because at the end of the day, go ahead.
No, I'm telling Marquise to come to my YouTube. I got all in official Randy like right now on my YouTube. So you need to come to my YouTube right now, Marquise. Like, come on right now.
Pull up, Marquise.
Yeah, he out there. Yeah, man. Definitely looking forward to him doing some amazing things in the business. Like, we've been, following each other's journey, and bouncing the information back and forth, and like, man, it's gonna be awesome to constantly see people get their first deals and become closers, know that it's real and shit like that, man. I'm looking forward to so many people grow, and man, that right there is one of the most amazing things, because like I've risked my life for people, and been out in the battlefield with people, like, and still, man, when I say I ain't break no bread, I never was able to, hey, here's a $5,000 check, or here's a $10,000 check, man. I've been breaking bread with strangers that I've not even broken bread with people I've almost died with.
It's crazy, huh?
So, yeah, man, it's a totally different experience, and like, this is an amazing situation that I'm going through. It's an amazing situation that you're going through, man. Like,
but you know what? This didn't happen for no reason, though, right? This didn't happen for no reason.
Man, it's so crazy, because one thing, and to speak about your brother, man, because your brother, I was actually talking to you, in Dallas, man, it's like two different playing fields. Like I when your brother said some shit, like, I feel him, because I had him on my live. He was talking about how he was in the battlefield, and man, he had seen people dying and shit left and right, and it was like, shit, he needed to get up out the service. You know what I'm saying? Same shit was basically down there on my end, but I was in the street, so like, I was seeing people dying left and right that was close to me, like people get fucked up, and then it was like, and like, man, hell no, let me do something totally different. So it's things like that, and then being able to get more people into doing. I don't know how many lives he's been able to change, like war vets and things like that. But man, that shit started touching you. Like, when I come across, war vets that's, from the streets, a vet is a vet. Like, people are surviving out here, you know what I'm saying, that are coming out of hostile environments and running into people like your brother, and man, people that really, it was a totally different playing field. But man, y'all going playing down to the same exact shit. People people don't really understand that people are very much the same and really don't even know that there's not much of a difference. It's just was two different places. And
Mm-hmm.
seeing that, he got you on full board with bringing people in and changing people's lives and helping people accelerating their business and things like that, and you becoming a influential individual versus just
Thank you.
a person that's just popping because you closing fucking deals. Like you really make a difference and helping people grow their business and shit. Like I'm 37, like you 30, but shit, I learned a lot from you. You know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate you, bro. I'm humble.
Probably you would be learning shit from me.
Absolutely.
The shit bounces both ways. You
Yep.
know, and just like being able to learn things from people that's moving at a different speed and people that's on a different frequency. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
the vibrations are for real. So people have to understand how to adjust to those vibrations and just tap in. You got to tap in. So with that being said, I want to know, do you have like any advice for the youth? Are you involved with the youth? I've seen y'all like now that I've been around y'all in Dallas, and that was a nice amount of time because I actually came out there because Tino invited me to come out there and kick it with you
Yeah.
guys.
And
And
I'm
that's
so glad you did, bro.
how you guys move and seeing how y'all deal, with the youth and the up and coming people that saying, hey man, I want to be a closer and this and that, and seeing how y'all interact with these guys. Just a little under, the young adult stage when you talking about, adolescents, teens and things like that. What advice would you have for the youth? Because, teenagers can be doing deals like this shit also, and there are teenagers doing deals and
Yeah,
y'all
there are. Yeah.
you teenagers that's fucking closers, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah. Jacob Blank was 17 when we took him on. Like, kids
what
fucking
what
crushing it, bro.
yeah, what advice do you have, for the youth, knowing that, the skill set that you sharing with the world can actually go for the youth also, and they could be like doing crazy numbers out here.
Man, yeah, like it. That's kind of a, I don't want to say a hard question for me to ask because I would be saying a lot of shit, bro. But um, it's cliche, like stay focused, keep your head down, work. But honestly, like
Bullshit.
stay committed, stay fucking committed to your goals, right? But most importantly, like go places, like, and this is for youth, right? For younger people, right? So I probably shouldn't be cussing, but like as a youngster, right? You go where your friends go. You do what your friends do.
Our kids cuss more than us. I don't know what
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. So listen,
they bad. Go ahead,
listen.
go ahead. I
Oh,
had
I
to.
love it. I love it. I love it because you know what, bro? I wish I would have had this fucking message. I wish I would have seen myself telling myself this message, right? Because when I was younger, man, I was a follower more than a leader, right? And I'm so glad that my brother has like instilled leadership in me, bro. Because now I don't ever do things the same way people are doing it, man. I create my own fucking ways. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, is literally like just you're gonna like kids move this way, that way with their friends, right? But at the end of the day, ain't nobody gonna be in your fucking corner but you when this shit is all said and done, right? Like I was thinking about this, Loopy, and I literally, bro, like I was thinking about this as I was in the shower, like fucking 20 minutes before you got me on this live. And it made perfect sense to me. I haven't been on Facebook in like 4 or 5 years. I just recently reactivated it like 2 months ago. And I get on there and I see everybody, right? And then one thing clicked in my head. Remember I told you like I was friend zone? Man, I was bullied growing up, bro. I was bullied myself. I was made fun of. But you know what, bro? One thing, like, and this is something that I thought of, like, it made sense for me. Like, man, you got to be very, very careful of who you shit on, right? Or who you treat the wrong way or whatever, right? Because you never know later on down the road, you may be asking that same fucking kid, that fat boy, blah, 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 for a job, right? So ultimately, don't move in directions, right? Don't ever shit on anybody. Empower people, empower yourself, and surround yourself with people that empower you because ultimately that's what's going to keep you on track. Again, it always goes back to the whole cliche: you hang out with 4 homeless people, chances are you're going to be the fifth homeless person. You hang out with 4 millionaires, chances are you're going to be the fifth millionaire, right? You are who you surround yourself with, right? And ultimately, if you just keep your head down, shut the fuck up, and stay focused, and be around like-minded individuals, or if you can't find like-minded individuals, then stay the fuck away from negative people, right? That are going to derail you, right? And
Right.
just do it on your own. Be your own fucking lone wolf, right?
Man, and that I ain't gonna lie, man. One thing that I was talking to a friend of mine today. I was actually telling her, about how kids are growing up these days. And like it's a shame, how like I come from a different type of background, so I speak a totally different language to a
Mhm.
whole other type of group of individuals. And I don't know how everybody else 13, 14, and 15-year olds are acting, but the ones that I know, they pack guns and they running in stores and running up in people's
Yeah.
houses, they shooting shit. You know what I'm saying? So these little kids out here where I'm from, they untamed for real. And she was like, man, they just need to be locked up, and and that's not what's gonna solve anything.
That ain't gonna fix it. It's gonna make it worse, man.
If the parents is not making sure that their kids know what affirmations are, if these parents are letting their kids know what education and personal development is about. If these parents watch what the kids is listening to instead of listening to these goofballs, we won't have to worry about just throwing our kids away, locking them up and shit, and we implement our own curriculum, and letting them know that hey, you can be entrepreneurs, you can be rich before you fucking 18. You can have the world. You can buy me a house without having to go play sports, without being a rapper, without what I'm saying, without doing.
Yep.
You can actually do some super productive, and hey, you can be a straight entrepreneur. Just like like I have a couple businesses. Y'all have a couple businesses. Hey, Carlos said he had like 27 companies and shit.
27.
So
Yeah.
so the thing is, multiple sources of income is what it is, and you can turn a hobby into your dream job. That's really not a job because it's a hobby. So our youth need to be knowing something that our youth need to know that there's something totally different that we can be. Like if your kid like playing games, you know what I'm saying?
You be a streamer.
Like
Bro, in this day and age, you could be whatever you want and fucking make it.
Kids can put they gaming sessions on YouTube and make it big. So the thing is, we need to be understanding what our youth is mentally on, what they're really, intrigued by and shit like that. And take the time out to know your kids, know your child, know the youth. You know what I'm saying? So I got some, in mind, that I'm gonna put out there, for the youth. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that know what Luca G stand for, Level Up Property Investors Group. And I also have my dog business, which is Level Up Bully Bank. And I also do cooking in the kitchen, and my shit is called Level Up Vegan Chef. So if you go on Instagram and all that shit, you'll see all that on there.
I didn't even know he's vegan.
Right. Before I even became Luca G, I was Level Up Vegan Chef. Before Luca G, I did Level Up Bully Bank. And now I'm Luca G, Level Up Property Investors Group. And then from there, I want to do something, that's considered lucky. And that's one of that thing right there's gonna be Level Up Community Kids yearly. You know what I'm saying? So
that's so sick, man.
So if the motherfucker don't understand about me, I'm with leveling up. You know what I'm saying? So
always,
with that being said, everything is about leveling up. So y'all be on the lookout, for some nonprofit type shit going on, because my goal is to actually make sure, I'm providing a particular service to the community, after years of tearing my shit apart. I actually want to be a part of, rebuilding that shit, since I've been in the business, man, shit, I've shut down some trap houses without being a rat, you know what I'm saying, without being a hater, you know what I'm saying, without shooting they shit up, you know what I'm saying, like I legit,
your life, bro.
I legit got with a seller, made an agreement with the seller to buy that shit, and then I brought the money to the closing table and I shut the shit down. Now the house don't have bullet holes in it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now the house ain't got dope fiends in it. You know what I'm saying? Now the house ain't got the haters in it that was hating on me when I was doing what they was doing and getting money.
Yeah, it's yours now.
The advice for the youth is, man, hey man, make sure if y'all watch this and your parents not telling you this, man, make sure you know that, man, your dreams can come true, and turn your dreams into goals and quit dreaming. You know what I'm saying? Turn this into a vision. Visualize yourself with what you have. Visualize yourself doing fantastic, wonderful, and great things. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I appreciate what you have for the youth, also what you
Thank
put
you.
out there.
Can I say one last thing to the youth, man? Honestly,
Yeah,
walk to your beat. I wish somebody would have told me that. Like, walk to your own beat, right? Because that's ultimately how I became a. That's how my dog's passing out. But ultimately, I became a follower, right? Not walking to my own beat, not doing what made me happy, just kind of doing what others were doing and following in other things, bro. Here I am. Here I am. The 16 days will be 10 years since I've decided to change my life, right? And to this day, I'm still bearing fucking friends that are making bad decisions today that I was making 10 years ago. And you know what's crazy is that I drive by the same places that I used to roll at and I get emotional because my life is so much different now. I'm driving by in a completely different state of mind, but just a completely different me, everything. I don't even think the same. I don't even be having the same thoughts, right? So ultimately, do what makes you happy, but stay focused, right? Because you never know. One bad decision can fuck your whole life up, right? So
what?
ultimately, that's all it takes is one bad decision. But guess what? All it takes in this business or even in entrepreneurship, one yes to change your whole fucking life.
That's it. You
That's
know,
it.
yeah, and that's what our youth need to understand, man. It's all right to be told no. That don't mean you just need to go do the most to get it.
Yeah.
That mean you need to add more value. Whatever it
Yep.
was, you was lacking some value right there. You know what I'm
You need
saying?
to level up. You need to level up.
You got to level up. And make sure you add value. You know what I'm saying? So hey, All In Official Randy, what platforms are you most active on? How can people get in contact with you?
Instagram.
Yeah. So,
Instagram. So I'm like a parasite on Instagram, man. All in official Randy. All in official Randy. Best way to reach me, all in official Randy. And if y'all really want to chop it up, DM me there. I'll send you my personal cell phone number. I ain't got no problem chopping it up with people. At the end of the day, if I could bring some value to your life, chances are you're gonna bring some to mine. Let's help change each other's fucking situations here.
right,
That's
right,
all we're doing here. That's all we're doing. I appreciate you for giving me a platform to kind of just come in here and talk my shit and speak. Hopefully, there's something that I said that might have helped somebody in here change their business, not just their business, but their life, right? The trajectory of their life. Hopefully, there's something that I possibly said or influenced in this that has helped somebody change their situation at some point, one way or another. So I appreciate you, Loopy. I'm truly humbled, right, that you brought me out here. This means the world to me, bro, because man, I'm sharing a platform with you, but also at the same time, man, I'm sharing the same platform, bro, that my brother's been on. And that for me is a huge honor. As stupid
right.
as that sounds, because that's my big brother. I can hear his ass talking shit outside the door right now. But that's my big brother. So it's amazing to be invited to the same platform that he's been on.
Right, man. Like I said, it's not gonna be your first and only time, you know what I'm saying? So definitely gonna have you on the and then we'll be getting more in depth into some more topics that way we can be, putting out some more real education out there. I just want these people to first and foremost know who you were, where
Man,
you came
yeah,
from, and why you'll be back on the show. That way you can be adding more value to the community. This is right here just
absolutely.
for those that don't know or have not heard you, talk or interact with people, especially with somebody like me. So this shows that, man, people can interact and be two different people on two different type of spectrums of the world, life, and everything. So, hey, man, do not underestimate the power of actually connecting with other people,
Yeah,
networking, and man, you'll be surprised. Like total strangers will support you way more than your family, your friends, all that shit. So this right here is like a proven case study. Like y'all see countless of times where people are interacting with Luther like they've known Luther forever. But that's not the case. People are just now being able to meet me and being able to interact with me, and it's just a certain type of vibration, a certain type of frequency that you must be on, have that type of as far as when touching people. So
yeah.
any last advice, what I'm saying, before we head out? Any last advice?
On and like on any last advice, I mean, at the end of the day, all I could say is let's fucking go. Like, what are we waiting for, guys? At the end of the day, there's so much out there, and I say this shit to my brother all the time. I said, bro, there is so much out there, bro, and we're just barely scratching the surface, man. Like I wish I could hit the fucking fast forward button 6 months from now, 12 months from now, a
Just
year, 2 years from now, whatever the case may be, just to see where we're gonna be at, because I cannot wait, right? So best advice I could give you guys is keep pushing, but if you know you need help, do not be afraid to ask for help, because that's ultimately going to get you to the next level. We just had a whole ass conversation most of this time about networking and talking to people and the power of literally just shaking somebody's hand and saying hello. That turned into 34 racks for you, or 35 racks.
straight up.
You know what I mean?
Straight up.
So don't be too prideful. Put your ego aside. At the end of the day, we all don't know too much. I'm not afraid to ask for help.
Right.
That's the best advice I can give. Don't be afraid to ask for help. But also at the same time, don't be afraid to help. Don't be a piece of shit. Because there's a lot. There's very easy to be a piece of shit in this business.
Right.
So put your best foot forward, man, and the rest will fall into place. Believe me, man. I realized when I stopped focusing on the gross and the money, man, it just grew. The gross and the money grew. I started focusing more on how I could help people, and because I was more focused on how I could help people, I was able to help even more people in the process.
Hey,
So it's amazing.
Bro, I got love from Instagram. They don't turn your stuff off after an hour no more. They just let it run.
Let's go. Let's run it, bro. I'm not even live on Instagram, man, because I got this app on the phone. I was hoping to be. I thought I was gonna do this. I could do Instagram live from my PC or from my MacBook, but I couldn't. And I tried my PC, but it's not working either.
So do you have YouTube?
I don't.
So
I don't.
So or do Tino have YouTube?
No. So that's funny that you talk about that, right? Because let's face it, you've had us both on your show, right? And let me ask you this: you would agree that if you put him and I in a room and just literally we're just shooting the shit, that would be incredibly entertaining, right? Not only entertaining, but that would be incredibly just educational, right?
Yeah.
Bro, my brother and I, man, I'm not gonna lie, man, we just be bouncing ideas around all the time. And we're talking like, hey, we should start a YouTube page, man. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, and he tells me all the time, we should just shoot the shit. Well, what are we gonna be doing as we shoot the shit? Bro, how about we just play video games and we're just talking shit to each other, and we're just talking deals and games or whatever the case may be, or we're just having some drinks. Bro, people are intrigued by what we bring to the table because we understand what we bring to the table, and we don't want to hog it all to ourselves.
That's
you know what I mean.
So that's why I asked. If y'all had like a YouTube channel, you said y'all are on Instagram. I know y'all have a pretty strong following, and I need to learn how to get my following up, man. I actually, been trying to figure that out. Like
I'm at like 69K. My brother's like north of 100.
Right, y'all. Like I don't know if I ain't shaking enough hands. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't holding enough babies, man.
Right.
It's not the shaking the hands. You gotta put the love out there, man.
Right. So we got to get out to more of these real estate events because, man, I know one thing you was telling, hey man, pull your phone out now, man. Follow my boy Lupe right now, man.
Bro, I was making motherfuckers pull their phone out, bro, and subscribe to your shit.
Their phone out fast enough, but we was on to the next motherfucker, man.
But you see that the power of persuasion, man. You got to be able to control the energy. You got to be able to control the conversation and the deal, right? But without being overbearing. Let's face it, you can't be overbearing and expect for somebody to move in your direction. Hey, I'm bringing somebody's value. Yo, if you ain't heard about the Lupe G show, then you're fucking tripping. Have you heard of the Lupe G show? Nah. Pull your phone out right now. Follow him.
Bro, you said it just like that. And man,
literally verbatim.
Love, bro. That was love.
And you know what's crazy? Not even knowing this was so unintentional. I hope to God that some of these people that I pressed to follow you are watching me, because at that I didn't realize I was getting my own viewers here for you, for myself, for your show.
Yeah,
that's amazing, bro. You see how it all comes full circle, man. Frequencies, man. I was just simply trying to help your page out, and guess what? Guess who's the next motherfucker to step on your pages, your show? Me. That's beautiful, bro. And that's not even by the look, bro. This was not planned, and that's just the universe hard at work, man.
Right. Man, so like I said, this is not gonna be the last time I have you on. This is just the first, just
a small introduction, bro. I feel like this is a small introduction. We've been here almost 3 hours, bro, and I still ain't even get started, man. I still didn't even let you talk enough.
Well, the thing is, we needed to know who All In Official Randy was and who All In Official Randy is, and what's to come, and they're gonna be able to see the whole growth process of how you gonna flourish, over this small amount of time. Like like shit taking off fast for everybody that's being consistent and making sure that they're being productive.
Yeah.
When you growing as far as an entrepreneur, like shit start taking off pretty fast after a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure a lot of people gonna be wondering what's next to come. Want to see the growth from you, like you're a young guy, not old. You know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of growing to do. You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy, bro. Because Loopy, at the age of 37, don't you wish you knew this at the age of 17?
Yeah, but man, shit. The way I look at it, like I'm still young, man. I plan on
exactly, and that's why it's like, bro, like.
Hey, I plan on being old as hell over 100. You know what I'm saying?
There you go, man. Well, with the amount of money that you're about to be making, bro, shit, with the considerable amount of income you're about to be making, I'm sure science will catch up with it. You throw enough dollars at it, man, they'll freeze you and bring you back to life later on and clone you.
For the most part, what I've been doing is basically making sure that like I eat healthy and I drink healthy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm big on that type of stuff. And like I said, I'm gonna come out there and fuck with you. I'm gonna come over there, fuck that kitchen up. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
See who got them hands. But you know what I'm saying? Did you actually go to culinary school?
No, I did not. I did not, bro. You know why? Any swinging dick could pay $40,000 for a goddamn piece of paper, man, and say they went to school.
All right. So look, like if you don't do all that old pretty ass shit, you probably can't fuck with. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I do that pretty ass shit, man.
You know what I'm saying? But you probably do all that old pretty ass shit.
No. I'm about to fuck your taste buds up, baby. Not just your eyes, your taste buds, right? I got to make everything look pretty. Let's face it, man. As a chef, you got to know this. People do 90% of their eating with their eyes, man. When you go to a restaurant and somebody bring you this vegan steak, blah blah blah, whatever the case may be. I went vegan for like 5 months, and this shit was incredible. I tried it the other day again. I ate rice and bean burritos all day, bro. But man, you do 90% of your eating with eyes, right? So your presentation is everything. And this is just in life, period, right? But when it comes to being on a plate, when somebody brings you your food, man, and it looks amazing, man, that food could taste like shit, but it looks amazing. You're already sold, man, that it's fucking amazing. You eat it, you're naturally just gonna say, Now, if the food looks like shit, you're gonna look at it and be like, "Oh man, I don't want to touch this." And it could be amazing. You could go into it with that mindset of, "Hey, man, I wish it looked better." It ruins the experience for you, right?
Yeah.
The presentation is everything. How you present yourself. And let's face it, I'm rough around the edges, but guys, I'm here to let you guys know: don't let any of the rough around the edges shit fool you, right? I'm a very passionate person. I love people to death. I'm here to help people, right? So if you find yourself stuck, reach out. Reach out, DM me. I'll send you my cell phone number. You call me whenever you want, or shoot me a text. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. You know what I mean? Because ultimately, we're here to help people. So don't let all this bullshit and the aggressiveness fool you. At the end of the day, like me, myself, I love people. I'm here to help people. My camp, this is just what we do. We help people. You know what I mean? So put everything aside, and if you want to make some, you want to get started and get going, let's get some work done. You know what I mean? Reach out. At the end of the day, that's all it takes. It just takes you to send me a message, and fuck, man, worst case scenario, your whole life changes for the good, for the better.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen?
Hey, that's live right there, man. So definitely cool to have you on. Hey, man. Hey, like I fucks with y'all swag, right? You know what I'm saying? Who's got my money? Yeah, nigga, I got some of your money. Shit.
Well, I might have to pull up and collect then, Loopy.
Man, you ain't said nothing. You know what I'm saying? You see all this shit right here, time is money, cash flow, all that is right there behind me. You know what I'm saying?
I seen that shit, bro.
Hey, man, I folks with y'all swag too. So look, hey, when I come out there, I'm like, I fuck with Hugo Boss. I got some Hugo Boss shit, but I ain't got the Guess jeans with the knees real. I'm gonna go get.
Oh, you saw mine, bro. I got so turned up that night. My ripped jeans ripped even more.
Hey, you must say, bit that knee. I must say, oh man, my jeans ripped even more,
bro. Check this out. Look, because of that, I got a whole ass another pair of brand new jeans on deck because I ripped my ripped jeans.
Yeah, you ripped the rip. So look, when I come out there, I'm gonna give me a blazer. I'm gonna give me a blazer. I'm gonna give me a Hugo Boss shirt. I'm gonna give some Guess jeans. And
Yeah.
I don't know what type of shoes, cause I usually rock that Italian shit. You know what I'm saying?
Which one?
But if I need to give me some Yeezys, I give me some Yeezys. But nigga,
Hey.
I'm coming out there looking just like y'all, man.
Bro, man, I'll throw on a $10 t-shirt, bro, a black t-shirt with some black jeans, throw on a blazer and some Yeezys, and I'm suited. I'm ready to fuck the whole day up.
I fuck with the swag, so shit, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, when I come out,
I appreciate you, Lupe.
I'm make sure I got that swag, that all is swag. Like,
I love it, man. When you come down, man, we'll get you hooked up, bro.
Yeah.
Lupe, thank you so much for having me on your show, bro. This was amazing. This was not long enough, man. And it went pretty long. I have my phone is connected to a charger right now as we speak.
Yeah, I should be connected. Yeah, so man, we have people tapping in on Instagram, or hopefully they came in on here. But yeah, bro, I'm finna get up in this kitchen. Hey, Glenn, boy,
Glenn. Hold on, man. Before we get going, Glenn, all these people that was in here, Glenn, Don, Kata, all these people that were in here, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if I'm forgetting anybody, I just said I can't see everybody, but back too busy. Like at the end of the day, listen, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys got something out of this. I know y'all got something out of this, man. We just dropped so much fire, and I hope you guys enjoyed us shooting the shit too at the same time. Thank you guys so much for being here.
For sure. Appreciate everybody for tapping in, checking in, and man, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. And man, if y'all think y'all got any value from up out of this, and you think somebody else needs to get some of the value, make sure y'all pass this. You know, make sure you share this. One thing about this, you know, this is for educational purpose only. And one thing about Lupe G stands for Level Up Property Investors Group. And with that being said, you know, my mission is actually to form a circle of millionaires, you know. So that's what it's about. Let's get it.
That's what it's about. It's all love. Lupe, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you. This means the world to me. And I know this ain't the last time we're going to be on the camera together, bro.
Nah, for sure. Now we got plenty more to come, man. And I appreciate the love, man. Hey, everybody, we out. I gotta eat and everything, boy. We've been out here going in.
Bro, I thought we was only gonna be on here for an hour. I made plans. My plans is gone. It don't even matter, bro, because at the end of the day, I know I helped so many other people in the process, bro. Yeah. I know, and we just getting started, bro. We just scratched the surface. I feel like we only got 2% of what the shit I wanted to talk about, man.
So man, we're gonna put something else together and get back on here, man. But you know, meantime, in between time, you know, we up out of here, man. Peace.
Take care, y'all. God bless.
All right.